Hello, hello, hello. How are y'all doing? I am 3 whole minutes late. I don't know if you see this. Ooh, do do do. I have a new microphone, so how does that sound? Is it weird anyway? Not loud enough? Let me know. I'll be monitoring the chat. But hi, everybody. It is See It with C. Thanks for coming in and chatting with me. This is the Monday meetup. And if we are meeting up, that means we are about to go on another trip. We're about to cruise, or actually, this time we're about to cruise. I can't even pretend that we're not about to cruise. Actually, you know what, y'all? I need to work on like pre-setup. Come through, new mic. Yes, I see you. Hold on. But now we just need the risers. I think I'm about to flip my computer. Oh, I guess the riser is as high as it can be. All right, hi, six people. Sorry, we're low budget around here. So the technology, I am production. Yeah, this is See It with C. Thanks for traveling with me. This is the Monday meetup. And for those of you know, we don't go live every Monday. We just go live when we are about to travel. And we have a really cool, this is my second time being on a group cruise. We have a group cruise announcement. See, there goes the technology with my friends texting me. All right, hopefully y'all can still hear me. I had to mute them. Look around, everybody on mute. Okay. Cool. So let's see who we have in the chat. Let's see what C Thanks Travel Me. We have the Monday meetup. That means we're about to travel. And you know, y'all, like one of the ways that you can know it's about to happen is if you look at the title of the live, and this title is Me and You Must Never Disembark, as well as we got a update on Margaritaville at sea. So hopefully awesome, hopefully yeah, we'll touch both topics of where I'm going as well as where I just came from. So yeah, for those of you, if you this is your first time in the live stream, put a little brown heart in the live stream so I can know this is your first time here. So yeah, since I last saw you all, what have we done? There's about another 200 new folks, so welcome new people. We are a little later. Usually the Monday meetup happens at about 6 p.m. Eastern time. Well, good news on my end. I am adjuncting at a local university here in DC. A colleague hit me up and was like, "Do you want to teach this education, advocacy, and justice course?" And I was like, it's a little far from my home, but yeah, give it a try. Take any opportunity that people provide you. So that course is interrupting the typical meetup time, but we should be back to the regular meetup soon at the 6 p.m. But we're going to try this 8:30 spot and see how it works for people. All right, let's get into the chat, see who we have before we start giving let's talk about Margaritaville and then talk about the trip that's happening soon. So Kristen H is saying good evening and hi to everyone. Carla G is present and accounted for. Hi, Carla, and I appreciate all your organizing skills for our upcoming trip. Kristen says, come through, new mic. Hello, it's me. Yeah, I decided to buy me a new microphone. So a part of this whole like not podcasting, YouTubing thing is you end up buying all this like technology because you learn that whatever you have isn't, or you feel like whatever you have is not adequate enough. So anyway, I decided to get me a new microphone to do some recording. So you first got to hear it during the Margaritaville at sea, but I am learning all the settings, etc. So I got the Yeti mic. So we'll see how it treats me. Whew, it's warm here in my studio, so forgive me. Welcome in 16 people. Hit that thumbs up button as we are saying hello to everybody. And if this is your first time here, give me a little brown heart so that I know that this is your first time and I can give you a proper welcome. Like, sometimes at church they give you those good, this is your first time, you're a first time visitor. We ain't gonna ask you to stand up, but we're gonna ask you just to put a little brown heart in the chat so I can show you some love. Hey, Kelly, Angel, Tony, welcome in. Miss Vicky, perfect. I am gonna Miss Vicky, I have not mailed your things yet because I wanted to share this moment with you. or to show everybody what Miss Vicky is going to get. So some of you all know that I was recently monetized. Yay! And Miss Vicky was the first person to give me a super chat. So I told Miss Vicky I have been collecting some items from my travels and I didn't know what to do with them. And I was buying them for like my YouTube folks. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to pack them up and give them to Miss Vicky. So I'm going to show you all the gifts that Miss Vicky gets. And then Miss Vicky, I will put this in the mail. My car is getting repaired. I don't know if y'all believe in Mercury and retrograde. Mercury has been Mercurying. So, but as soon as I can get to a post office, also post offices are not my favorite places to go. I hate going to the post office. But Miss Vicky, I have your information and I'll make sure I put it to good use. But first, Miss Vicky is going to get this lovely satchel from South Africa. Okay, so this is not a satchel. What's it called? What do you call fanny pack? That's the word. So she'll get this fanny pack from South Africa. Oh, I gotta put it this way. From South Africa. And inside there are 2 coasters from Cape Town. So she'll get that. And this is just all appreciation for Miss Vicky being the first person to do a super chat. Sorry, it's a little loud. The next item is from Greece. I don't want to, let me unpack them. The next item is from Greece, and Miss Vicky, you will be getting, it's a set of coasters. These are called, they're not evil eyes, fish eyes. In Greece, they call them fish eyes. Morocco or somewhere, they call them evil eye. But in Greece, they call them fish eyes, and it's supposed to be like a sign of collecting any bad spirits, good luck. So Miss Vicky, you'll get a set of these from Greece when I went to Athens, and that vlog is up. What else I got in here? And this will all be in a satchel. We're going to pray. We're going to pray this shot glass from Amsterdam makes it through the mail. But yeah, it says Amsterdam somewhere in here. And there's something else in here, right? Oh, and one last thing. This is a headband. She'll get a headband from also South Africa. So Miss Vicky, thank you so much for supporting the channel. This will all be on the way to you once I get a vehicle and once I go to the post office, which might have to be after my Labor Day trip that we're about to announce. All right, let's get back into the chat. Hey, Marilyn Mel Tibbs, welcome in. Thanks for joining us this evening. Gina's World. Hey, from NYC. What up, NYC? Good to see you. Oh, she says your mic is great. Perfect. You got to have, they say you have to have good lighting and good sound. So I had to upgrade the sound. And eventually I want to get like this whole space behind me to be like my YouTube thing. But, my hair is frizzing. This is my my new trip hair. All right, everything sounds good. All right, Margaret Logan, welcome in, saying happy Monday. Okay, so we're getting into all the folks who are new to the chat. So welcome in, Gina's World. This is your first time chatting with me, making the Monday meetup. Kelly, this is your first time. Welcome in, girl. Get comfy, ask some questions. All right, and let's see. We got our first thing. So okay, y'all, I guess we'll get into it. And not hold this one too late. So I guess we'll do our trip announcement before I talk about Margaritaville at Sea. So I'm going to talk about the trip announcement. And then if you all have any questions about Margaritaville at Sea, put them in the chat. Let me know. So Nicole Charnel says, hey, C, I'm new here. Welcome, Nicole. And she says, going to come back and watch the replay, but want to stop in. Is your upcoming trip the Sisterhood cruise? I'm jelly, but hoping for the next one. So yes, this upcoming, my trip announcement is I will be participating at Sisterhood at Sea, which is later this week on the Valiant Lady. Oh, I'm sorry. The Scarlet Lady. Later this week on the Scarlet Lady, I'm upgrading my Virgin cruises already. I am plotting, I think, to get on Virgin again, even though this will be my first cruise on Virgin. And yes, I am going to Sisterhood at Sea, sponsored by Addy and Terry. And this will be my second group cruise. So I've done the Melanin at Sea groups. And then this will be, a cruise just for the ladies. I've gotten to meet a couple of the ladies, a few of them already through cruising, with Melanin at Sea. And then, we've done our pre-cruise meetups on Zoom, and ladies are ready. People are like, look, I'm ready for a vacation. So it should be a good girls trip. I'm looking forward to it. I got my bar tab in order because that seems like what you need to do on Virgin because they have a variety of good cocktails. And yeah, we'll see how this whole Virgin, spin on cruising will be. So the answer is yes, I am going to be on the Sisterhood cruise. But hey, Nicole, don't worry. I know you said you want to be on the next one. Addy has already put out information for Sisterhood at Sea 2024. So if you want to get on Sisterhood at Sea, go ahead and hit up Addy at AddyofTerry.com. They already have the information for Sisterhood at Sea 2024. It's on Virgin. It's on a different ship. So, you have a whole year to plan and get on and see what it's like with the ladies. And also, if brothers, this one is just for the women, but if you are interested in an all-male cruise, they also announced Brotherhood at Sea, which will be February 2024 over Super Bowl week on the Allure of the Seas. So go check out Addy at AddyofTerry.com and get plugged in so you can be a part of some good cruising. Let me take a pause for the cause. But yeah, I group cruising has kind of was a thing that I was always kind of interested in. When I first started watching travel on YouTube, I wanted to be a part of a group, but some of the groups just didn't seem like they appealed to me. So I think I found my cruise community, and now it's to the point that it's starting to feel like I can go anywhere and it's going to be somebody I know from the YouTube community on the ship, which is a great feeling as a solo cruiser, just to know, there's somebody in arm's reach to socialize with. So thank you for that comment, Nicole, and hopefully we can get you on a cruise soon, girl, soon. Okay, so MH is saying, hey, Carlene in chat. Hey, MH Family Adventures, and congrats again on 10K. Argudi? I don't know if I said it, but that's a really cute cat. Is saying welcome, and I see you had the brown heart, so it's your first time here. Ooh, a lot of first timers. Welcome to the channel. How'd y'all get over here? How'd y'all find it? Hi, Desiree. Welcome in. And okay, CR, lots of new faces in Maryland Tibbs. Well, I hope y'all feel welcome. Don't be shy. Start chatting. Ask questions. Have you been on Virgin? What should I try for Sisterhood at Sea? What should I be aware of? I have a 2:45 boarding time. That is late for me. I am the girl who, listen, when I'm on Carnival, I'm the first person. I'm trying to get that first check-in spot. I want to be the first on the ship. So this 2:45 boarding time is about to be something new for me. But I heard they're not strict on the boarding time. So we shall see. This is also my first time hanging out in Miami. So I hope I can give y'all some content of what's happening in Miami. Some of the ladies have planned, actually Kristen H, who's in the chat. Shout out to Kristen. You know what? I think another thing about group cruising, you don't have to be the person, anybody else in the chat, type A, and you're the one in your own group who usually is planning the group or making sure everything's okay. You got to have a plan. And the cool thing about it, especially with the Sisterhood cruise, because the ladies are detail oriented, people are just planning stuff for me, and I just got to show up. So Kristen H has planned a happy hour and dinner. She made dinner reservations. And, Addy has a bunch of events already planned on the ship. So it's going to be, I think, a decent time. We shall see. We shall see for sure. Hey, Keisha, that's my good Melanin at Sea dancing partner. If y'all were watching the Melanin at Sea vlog, Lord have mercy, I didn't realize I had got booed during Melanin at Sea because during the dance contest. But Keisha was the one who won the dance contest. I was making sure my girl won because Keisha should have, no, as they say, no Sade. Keisha should have won last year. But she was like, look, ain't backing down. She hit them with the 1-2 piece split, and boom, she was our current Melanin at Sea winner, or dance contest winner. But Keisha also had an interesting story. Keisha's married. I'm telling you business. Keisha's married, but traveled solo for the first time, right, during Melanin at Sea. And so it was just interesting to talk to her about her perspective on flying without her family and just doing this trip without, having someone there. So that's another, I guess, a perk of group cruising is it helps you get out of your shell. And if you ever want to travel solo, it might be an intro to traveling solo because you go by yourself, but you get to meet some folks. So, hey, Keisha, thanks for saying hey to everybody. Gina's World says, not the church greeter. Yes, if this is your first time here, please stand up. Let us know who your pastor is. And just kidding. But welcome, people, if you're here. Jaretha Parker says, hey, see in the chat. And then Keisha saying, hey, hit that like button, everybody. Yes, please hit the like button. So yeah, the cruise announcement for this week is we are going on Scarlet Lady Virgin Voyages September, the end of the week. I can't give you all my deets. The end of the week. And yeah, it should be a good time. We're going on Sisterhood at Sea. If you have any questions or you have any tips, is there something on Scarlet Lady that I must see? Now, I'm a girl, I like to lay out. I like good live music. So if you know where to exactly to find recommendations for where to lay out live music, let me know. But this is See with C. I see 23 people are here. Welcome. And this is the Monday meetup where we don't meet up every time, but we meet every Monday, but we meet up right when there is about time to travel. And we have a trip announcement, as well as we'll talk a little bit about Margaritaville at Sea. So Carla G is saying nice. Kelly Angel Tony is saying very nice gifts. Yeah, I think what I'll start doing now from here on out is just start collecting a variety of little knickknacks and things from my travels. I've been to 32 countries. So what I'll start doing is collecting them and then finding, just randomly gifting things away. But yeah, I had this little bag laying on my counter for a little bit and I just didn't know what to do with it. I didn't want to do like the typical, they do like the raffles and stuff on people's channels, not shading that, but I wanted something different. So it hit me. I was like, give it to Miss Vicky. So Miss Vicky, those will be in the mail. Hey, my cruising family. Good to see you here. And I loved your announcement. So everybody, my cruising family on September 17th, I hope I got it right, is going to be doing a special live stream on like patent and trademarking and branding with the legal spin on it. I hope I didn't jack it up too bad. My cruising family, if you can drop the actual description in the chat, or y'all can go over to my cruising family to see what the description is. She has an announcement, but she is inviting a lawyer in who helped her family do their branding and likeness. And I think, y'all, this is like expensive legal advice, but much necessary, because if somebody takes your brand and you're not protected, they can run with it. I was going to go down a rabbit hole with, I have a homegirl who created a company, and this lady had been practicing under that name, but the lady had not went through all the legal ramifications. So she tried to threaten my homegirl, and my homegirl was like, no, boo, I did all my legal requirements. And so actually my friend got to keep her business title because she went through the legal ramifications. So that's free 99 information that they are offering to you currently. So if you don't have anything to do on September 17th, if you are a creator, if you are, doing anything even at home that requires, managing your likeness and image, my cruising family is giving out some top tier free information. So tune into them. Their channel information is right there. And they're saying hi to everyone in the chat because they are just so lovely and they speak to everybody. Carla G says, hey, new troop hair. Yes, Carla. And see, I am worried because like Addy is not really telling us a whole lot about what they have planned. So it's going to be interesting. But I've been in braids all summer. I've been in braids because I've been taking swimming lessons. And a part of taking swimming lessons is like, you can take the 8 lessons, but if you don't practice, it doesn't do anything for you. So I've had my braids in all summer because I had to just, an early morning get up, swim, and come home. But I brought back my regular usual do, but baby, like this fro is starting to fro up on me. But I was like tired of looking at me in the vlogs in braids. And so I wanted to switch it up. Now we're about to get down the rabbit hole of women. Well, shoot, it's Sisterhood at Sea. So we're going to talk about some sister things. And one of the sister things is trip hair. And so, yeah, like, what are your alternatives to braids? What do you do with your hair if it's not braided? So I was going to do, crochets. I saw some pictures of some crochets I really liked for this cruise because I wanted to be able to, like, do water things. I wanted to be able to, just make it easy. But I got tired of the braids. So I was going to do the crochets, but I know sometimes crochet braids, I don't like hair that looks like hair. Like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, this is hair enhancements. Like, but I have hair. Like, I have hair, but my lifestyle requires me to have styled hair at any given moment. So I have to like put a lot of heat on my hair. So this is my hair in the front, but I wear enhancements in the back so that I can like curl my hair and be like people ready whenever I need to be without having to damage my hair. So I was transitioning back because I picked up a class at a local university. So I wanted to, have my professional look. And then just, anyway, so it's time to transition back to, but I also have a few vacations. So I was like, what do I do with my hair? So what do y'all do with your hair for vacation? Or how do you keep, things fresh with your looks? Happy to hear that too in the chat. Put it in there. All right, one behind. Let's go. My cruising family says she's speaking to people. Miss Vicky says, "Oh, you are too kind. Thanks so much. Those are perfect gifts because my house is decorated for different travel places." Awesome. So I hope you can find somewhere in your home to apply these items or gift them to somebody else. But yeah, I had these items and I was just like, oh, let's pack them up and give it to Miss Vicky. So that's why I asked for your address, Miss Vicky. I have it in the email. And whenever I get my life together to go to the not the airport, I got travel on the brain. Whenever I get my life together to go to the post office, that will be going there. My cruising family says, enjoy your cruise. See it with C. Yes. Thank you. I will. And this is my first time on Virgin. So I'll get to try a new line, new ship, and get to explore Miami. So all the new things. Gina's World says, whoa, SAS is this weekend already? Yes, it snuck up on us, didn't it? So yep, Sisterhood at Sea is this weekend, but if you are missing it, again, I know Addy has put out the details for the next one next year. So, if you are interested in cruising with like-minded women, it's given like spa treatments and cocktails and relaxation. If that's your type of cruise, check out Addy and Terry at addyandterry.com, and they can get you ready for getting on the next one. Kelly Angel says, I can't wait for the vlogs. Girl, me neither. Child, I'm already we're gonna close out this year with a bang. So with all the things that are happening in life, which are all great things, I am like, let me stay on top of vlogging. But it'll be interesting to, I don't know. I have to I'm weird. Like, some people can story plan their vlogs. I have to start feeling the element to know, like, what is the story? What do I want to show? What do I want to capture? So I haven't got my inspiration yet for Sisterhood at Sea, like what I want to, what I want to capture, but the vlogs will be coming soon. I have, what is it? I'm sorry, not Melon at Sea. We have one more Margaritaville at Sea vlog to come out. My Great Florida Road Trip vlog will be coming out after that. I have one vlog of my mom and I traveling that I have yet to drop. So I'm going to try to figure out where to plug that in. And then after that should be Sisterhood at Sea. And then I have to pace it out, because if y'all, let me tell y'all, November, I know we got some new folks. November is the month that y'all want to be rolling with this channel, because November, we got some bangers. We got some good cruises happening in November. So come on. Damo from Tally, miss you. Hey, from Tallahassee. Who is Dom? Okay. Hey, Damo from Tallahassee. That was a part of the Great Florida Road Trip. So, hey, Damo. And yeah, I don't know when I'll be back in Tallahassee, but that was a part of how I got down to Margaritaville at Sea. I guess we can talk about that now. So some of y'all know that I did Margaritaville at Sea, which is like the controversial cruise line. Lots of mixed reviews. Oh, Lord, I'm so hot. My leave out is like, but the reason why I went to Margaritaville at Sea is because I was going to Tallahassee, and the ticket was so expensive to get to Tallahassee that I was like, I need to make this trip a thing. So I ended up flying to West Palm Beach, where Margaritaville at Sea leaves, and then I rented a car and headed up the coast. So I went to visit my friends in Tallahassee, and then I stopped at actually Disney Food and Wine Festival. And so you all will see that in the vlogs soon. Gina's World is saying, hey, Peter Gay. Yes. Hey, Peter. And thanks, Peter, for that information. Folks are speaking. So Cruising Family saying hello to Carla G. All right. Kelly Angel Tony says, I'm going to try to make SAS 2024, but I'm making payments on 3.0 for my birthday. Awesome. So yeah, 3.0 is going to be a heavy hitter cruise. It's going to be very expensive. For folks who are like, what is 3.0? Melanin at Sea. The third edition is going to Alaska on Celebrity cruise line. So yeah, I have my single cabin. So let me tell you, for sure, it's definitely requires making payments. And how I save for cruises, because I'm gonna lie to y'all, I have taught myself how to save. I was not a saver previously. I would be like, here's my credit card and YOLO. So I use an app called Opportune. I'll show you on my phone. Y'all about to be in my business. So I use this app called Opportunity. It used to be called something else. 1 second. Hopefully I don't show y'all too much. Let me see what the app says first before I start showing y'all my business. Okay. All right. So basically it allows you to set goals. Oh, shoot. Okay. So it allows you to set goals, right? And basically you get to see where some of my cruises I'm going on. But you set goals, you tell the app how much you want, how much is your final payment, and give it a timeline, and then it starts stealing money from you. But not stealing money, but it puts it in your bank account, or it takes it out of your bank account and puts it into another account. And there's protections on it to make sure like it doesn't overdraft your account. And basically I put a date in, and it will I save towards my goal. And then when the time comes, I'm able to put be able to pay. So usually I put my cruises on a credit card. I'm giving y'all all my information. I like to put my cruises on my Chase credit card because my Chase credit card has an element of insurance on it. Now, you have to read the fine lines because the insurance may not be that cover your full trip. I also just bought a annual plan for travel insurance. I have a travel insurance annual plan. And that was like $259. So y'all, again, it does not cost a lot to, insure your vacations. And that has tiers basically of what it will cover, how much to expatriate my body if something happens, God forbid, how much for medical expenses if I need to medevac. All those things are within a certain range. And I like to put my trips on a certain credit card that has certain protections so that is also covered. So basically I have gotten better with putting money aside in my little Opportune savings account. And then when it's time to pay, I just use the credit card that I like. And then I send the cash from Opportune right over to that credit card, and boom, my stuff is paid off. So you can do these trips and, be financially savvy and sound, and you get your like points, that kind of stuff. But definitely make those payments. But I will also, my plan is to see you on 3.0 as well, to Alaska. That's going to be a bucket list trip. I'm planning on knocking out Seattle, and I want to knock out what else? Seattle, and of course Alaska. So that'll be two states knocked out. So I think I'm at like 28 states, I think, at the moment. I don't know. I have another app that tracks how many states I've been to, but yep. So my cruising family is saying yes to 3.0 to Kelly. Yep, that should be a great cruise. And it's on one of Celebrities. What celebrity ship is the I can't remember 3.0 on, but it's definitely Celebrity's fancy cruise line. And welcome in 33 people. Hit that like button, that thumbs up for me, just so we can get this information out into the live stream world, so that we can get some more like-minded chatty folks like you in the chat talking with us this evening. My cruising family says that's one of my bucket list places, Alaska. Yeah, and I guess I will also say, like, sometimes the whole cruising, the group aspect helps you get places that you might have never been. Whew, this side is like fluffing. So like, sometimes it gets you places you've never been. So like, I don't think I would just want to cruise Alaska by myself. So I think that whole aspect of going on a group cruise is helpful for like trying out stuff that you wouldn't necessarily go and do alone. I also didn't know like when the next time I would go to Seattle. So that's what's up. Gina's Rose says, I'm excited for all of you on Sisterhood to see. Yes. All right. If you are on Sisterhood, it's a bunch of us in here. If you are on Sisterhood at Sea, type in Sassy, SASSY. So we know that if you're on Sisterhood at Sea, so I know if I can look out for you on the trip, and it should be a good time. Kelly and Angel says, I found you from Addy and Terry's live a while ago. Yes, I do not miss a Sunday sip, or I try not to miss a Sunday sip. So Sunday Sips is Addy and Terry's live stream that happens every Sunday. And listen, y'all, if it wasn't for Sunday Sip, I wouldn't be able to get my dishes done. I wouldn't be able to get laundry done. Oh, today's wine container is brought to you by Buc-ee's. I picked this up on my Florida road trip. But yeah, every Sunday at 5, Addy and Terry go live and they talk about travel. And it's a very well orchestrated thing. They have a whole like cocktail presentation that they do. They answer your cruise questions. Get to the Sunday Sip at 5 p.m. every Sunday if you can. I don't think there'll be a sip this Sunday because they are hosting us on Virgin Scarlet Lady. I don't know why I want to keep saying Valiant Lady. Like, is that a sign? Like, maybe I need to get on Valiant Lady. Gina's World says, I am type A. It's cool to have other people to take over. Listen, Gina, it really is. It really is. Because you don't want to drive the bus all the time. Like, sometimes I want to be a passenger. And it's funny because like sometimes I want to be a passenger and you watch the direction that the bus is going in and you're like, I can't sit in the back seat no more. I got to speak up. I got to do stuff. But so far, like Kristen planning the happy hour, perfect place, close to the hotel, the restaurant, perfect restaurant, like for a group. So it's good to let people drive the bus sometimes because it's exhausting to be the person who's always the detail oriented type A. Everything gotta, come flow through you. Margaret Logan says, yes, same, making payments for 3.0. And welcome in, Margaret Logan, to the chat. So look, we making our payments now, y'all. This little cruise, what they say, the best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. Now, don't go eating elephants, but start making those payments. Travel can be accessible when you are able to break it down, make sure you meet other life obligations, and just plan. Now, if you got to put the cruise 2 years out to plan, do it. But definitely, make a way if you can to get there, but also be, fiscally responsible because let me tell you, debt ain't fun. MH Family Adventure says they board late anyway. Yeah, it seems like I went back because I had the Deep Blue Extra. So that's something else about Virgin. I was able to status match with my MSC. So I have the Deep Blue Extras, which actually I just got an email. For those of you who may or may not know, I am a travel advisor as of October of last year. So I'm slowly spreading my wings, not jumping full head in yet, but I am able to do bookings. But if you want help, I specialize in door to destination support. More than happy to hit you up. seeitwithc@gmail.com. But I just got an email actually that Virgin is extending its perks that they have until December of next year. So they were supposed to stop their perks for Deep Blue Sea perks. Not for everybody, but I think for like the status match, I think in 2023, I got an email before logging in that says they're going to keep going until 2024. So you can, with those perks, and it's like, you get an extra, like $100 on board of bar tab. You get like $10 for coffee, laundry, a bag of laundry, a bunch of different things, priority access or priority lane for boarding. So what I did was I status matched my MSC perks to get the Deep Blue Sea or Sea Rover. I can't remember what it's called. I don't think I'm a Sea Rover because that's for like the people who first cruise Virgin. but it's some deep blue extras, I believe is what it's called. So yeah, I'm excited about trying those perks out as well, especially that morning coffee, because look, that little $10 a day of credits adds up. So G Fox is here. Hey G, she says she's sorry she's late. No problem. We are just talking about the upcoming trip. And then we'll quickly get into Margaritaville at Sea, especially because we have the next person asked about it. My cruising family said, that's amazing, C. Have folks plan and you just show up. Yes, it's the easy way to do it for sure, of travel and let other folks plan. Vicky Weston, we got a question. Thank you, Miss Vicky, for a question. Let me take a quick swig. Miss my lip. Okay. Vicky says, when is your next vlog coming out for Margaritaville? So thank you, Miss Vicky, for that question. I released a Margaritaville at Sea room tour today at 1:00 p.m. So that kind of just shows you my room. I also did a bad job because I forgot to film the bathroom. I don't know if anybody picked up on that. But you got to see what the Margaritaville at Sea room looked like. Pretty standard room. You can see a couple of dinks in the what is this stuff? The furniture, but the bed was comfy. Like if I will say I would take a Margaritaville at Sea bed compared to what you sleep on between Royal and Carnival's newer ships. Now Carnival's old ships have really great, them beds are worn in, baby, and they are really great to sleep in, live in. So yeah, that came out. In regards to the next vlog, because I do have one more vlog covering my second day and disembarkation for Margaritaville at Sea. So I am trying to get that out before the end of the week. However, life is lifing at the moment, and not in a bad way. Like it's so many good things happening, but it's good things that require my focus, time, and energy. So I'm trying to stick to releasing 2 a week. So I would love to get it out Thursday. I try to stick to Mondays at 6 and Thursdays at 5:30. So I'm gonna try to get it out Thursday. If not, you all will see it whenever I get back. But thank you. I'm so excited you're interested in seeing the second piece of Margaritaville at Sea. And what's happening in that vlog? I can't remember. But yeah, that's coming soon. Keep it up with the Griffins. Hey, and Keep It Up with the Griffins and I have recently learned that we have a mutual friend in common. So yeah, small world. Good to see y'all here. Keep It Up with the Griffins, and thanks for coming in and waving and saying hello. My cruising family is speaking to G Fox. Yeah. Also, G and Ashley, thank you so much for your service. So G and Ashley started their school back. School started back. They're both educators. So shout out to all the educators in the chat who started back to school. You are appreciated. I know I started back to school in a different way by picking up a new course to adjunct. I'm an adjunct professor. I know, cruising, adjuncting, regular work, all the things, child, all the things. So yeah, shout out to everybody heading back to school. Shout out to the families too, because you got to get back into that routine. It's no joke. Our Goody, sorry if I mess up your name. This cruises are great for traveling solo. Absolutely, because I mean, you for the most part you are safe. You just gotta get on and off the ship, and it's a great opportunity to meet people. You also can disconnect when you want to disconnect. I will also say cruises as a solo traveler, cruises are very intentional with getting folks connected. So like when I was on MSC did a great job of sitting all the solo cruisers, and I would even say they separate us by age, because there was a solo cruiser, there was like a group of us who were like 35 and up, and there was a other table that was like 35 and like to 28. And they sat us to like our tables for dinner, and we ended up hanging out with each other a lot during the cruise. I also know that happened the same on Carnival Valor. Carnival had put all the solo cruises at a table, and we ended up hanging out instantly. And then like Virgin will be interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna get to catch it this time. I noticed Virgin has a lot of activities related to solo cruisers, but because I'll be with the group and trying to keep up with the group activities, I might miss them. But I've been looking at now, talking about Virgin and Virgin updates. Virgin has released its beta testing on its app, the ability to pick out your cruise activities, like build up your activities. So usually cruise lines, you have to like get on the app when you get on board, and then you can see all the activities. Well, Virgin is allowing you to not only pre-book your dining times at the restaurants, but they're also letting you pick some of the show options ahead of time, so you can get your seats and know when to put it, not seats, but know when to put it on your schedule, which I found, again, type A traveler, like to be planned. I like that I'm able to, like, you know, I'm a few days out of my travel and be able to pick out what I want to do on the ship. I think the only thing you're not able to book at the moment is, I know you can't book your spa treatments. So Lakeisha says, I traveled solo and met up with my sister and our family friend for a ladies trip. It was their first mass cruise and they will be back. Okay. So Keisha was not traveling solo. She just had to fly solo, right? That was what it was. And she met up her sister and her friend, but it was their first cruise and they said they'll be back. All right, cool. So shout out to the people falling in love with the group cruises. People speaking. My cruising family says, thanks, C. Yes, girl, you got it right. So my cruising family is talking about, again, if you just came in or might have missed it, my cruising family on September 17th, go to their channel to find out what time they are hosting a lawyer. And PETA, talking about some Black girl magic, is a lawyer as well. And she is sharing free knowledge. Again, free 99. And this level of expertise, y'all, like, I don't know if y'all ever paid a lawyer by the hour. It's expensive, but she is giving out free information on the 17th on their channel related to protecting your brand and patent, maybe trademarking. Let me stop. So go over to my cruising family. She has a video introducing that way better than I did. And she says September 17th, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So yep, go to the Sunday Sip at 5 o'clock with Addy and Terry, and then hop right on at 7 p.m. for a great information session about how to protect your brand and do it the right way. Because, you know, y'all, knowledge is power. My cruising family says, yeah, that stuff can be real sticky. Like, girl, well, I was telling y'all, again, those who are late, I had a homegirl who was with her business. A lady was operating under the business name and never licensed it, and tried to send my friend a cease and desist. And my homegirl was like, no, I have all my ducks in the order. So, you know, y'all, we got to, you know, learn how to do stuff the right way. It's access to free education, especially, like, I don't know about y'all, but like, for me, you know, lawyer and legal is scary. It's a scary place. I never grew up with lawyers in my household and all that good stuff. So for people to offer this information free, I want y'all to flood my cruising family's channel on the 17th to get this information. You don't even have to be a content creator. Just do it for, you know, your family's brand, or to learn and be able to pass on to another friend. Carla G says, we need a mass bathing cap. Yes, because listen, Miss Carla, because we were talking about what to do with hair, since it's a sisterhood at sea. Let's talk about. So we talked about the hair. What are some of the sister tips? So sister girls, it's 33 people in the chat. It's probably a couple guys who are, you know, quietly watching. So, you know, we can give them some tips for their wives. Maybe they can, you know, how to pack some toiletries. What are your sister girl must-haves for cruising? So I'll tell you one sister girl must-have that I have for cruising, and I actually just re-upped. I like to bring craft soaps in my travel bag. Y'all see that dang on fly? Craft soaps. And it's funny because the fly, like, as soon as I closed the door and sat down, it decided it wanted to make an appearance and be distracting. So yeah, we're gonna pray for that fly and hope it finds relief somewhere else besides my face. Anyway, sister girl products. So the things that I have to bring, and I'm not like a heavy packer, but I like certain things, like, this just makes, you know, cruising feel like at home and feel special. So one of the things that I do in my travel case is I like to buy craft soaps. And so I bought a few, this one like lemongrass bar, and put it in my bag because I love, like, cruise showers are the best. They're like hot. They have strong, shower heads. And so I just like the smell of, like, the shower So put in the chat, you know, we already talked about what do you do with your hair for cruising and what are some tips for that. Carla is saying we need a mass bathing cap. And I agree, Carla, because even when I have braids, sometimes I like to swim with, like, if I go on a cruise, I like to put my braids in put a swim cap on, because I hate the big juicy, braids take forever to dry. So Carla's saying we need a mass bathing cap or a swim cap. Or are you talking about a shower cap? Because y'all might have a different terminology. If bathing cap, do you mean trap swim or bathing cap like shower cap. I'm not sure if you know, New Yorkers have different terminology. My cruising family says, hopefully it will help somebody. I'm sure it will. And just again, thank you for blessing us with the information and just, being willing to share, because you could have kept that to yourself. Jaretha Parker says, my hair is short pixie. Cool, low maintenance. Oh, I can see your pixie cut in your profile pic, Jaretha, and it's a cute little color, like little red color for fall. But like even with the color though, how do you protect it from sun? Was it seawater? Often messes up color, I've heard. But yeah, shortcuts seem to be helpful. You can just mousse that thing down, slick it, comb it. Put a couple little strips on it, tie it back, and you got a whole new hairdo. Let's see. We got some more comments about how did the sisters cruise. Gina's World says, my trip hair is easy. I don't have any. Oh, we get to see Gina's beautiful hair. Yes. We love a girl that can rock a bald head for real. Like Gina, you are in the glasses and the earrings. Like shout out to you. I'm not sure if you, who is it? Beyonce has a dancer. Her name is Amari. She is a beautiful, bold, low-cut sister too. So that don't have any. Yes, that is definitely low maintenance. My cruising family saying the idea for the swimming cap would be dope. MH Family Adventure says, congrats on taking swim lessons. I learned at 36, never too late. Yeah. And my cruising family interested. Funny story about this. So I always thought like I could swim. Like I thought I could swim. And I was in, where was I? Zanzibar. I was in Zanzibar, and they had this beautiful boat that you could jump off of and swim back. And I got a life vest, but like I was just like, this is hard. To be followed by, there's actually a short for this one. I went to Margaritaville in Nassau, and they have like an 11-foot cliff that you can jump off of into like 14 feet of water. And like the lifeguard was a little worried about me because I came up, water went down my throat. I kind of coughed. I was able to get to the side and I was out of breath. So I was like, maybe I'm not as strong of a swimmer as I thought I was. And then when I took swim lessons, I learned that, I'm sorry, I'm jiggling around here. When I took swim lessons, I learned that like I would not have been able to make it to sustain myself. I'm still like trying to get the whole treading water because I've learned that I am a sinker. Like my legs are so muscular that they just go. So, but I will say go to the rec 38. They're like $30 at the recreational center in DC. I know the Y is cheap too. Just get you some lessons so you can be safe on vacation. Even if I remember seeing on Instagram, somebody, a minister's wife that I actually used to go to church with, they were having a girls trip. Speaking of sisterhood, they were having a girls trip. One of the other wives, and she was also a minister herself, slipped off the boat. And thankfully, homegirl knew how to swim. That could have went all bad. So, just get you some lessons, get you some braids, make it through. Kristen H says, we're talking about how you get your sister girl on. So put in the chat, what are some of your rituals? Guys, we don't want to exclude you, but if you're a guy, or, even for your boo, whatever your thing is, you might be able to get this for whoever your partner might be, just something that surprises them on the cruise. But what are your things that you do to kind of, zhuzh up your room, make it, feel womanly and feminine and soft? So what do you add to your room? What do you bring? Put that in the chat. So Kristen's talking about her hair. She says, I'll be in my braids. That's my only trip hair. This natural shrinkage won't let me do anything else. And yeah, like I am shrinking up just talking to y'all right now. I'm here. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in Miami. I wore the same hairstyle for a celebration. And like, I didn't get beyond sell away. My hair was like, foof. And I just bought me some headbands to basically lay down the front. But yeah, I also learned, ladies, cruise lines, they will, your curling irons, they don't always like hold the right amount of wattage to keep your curling irons working. So yeah, you got to do low maintenance. You got to do low maintenance where you can. Kristen H says, I have a hair appointment in the morning for my trim, hydration, and blow dry. Can't wait. Yes, girl. Look, we not only do we love low maintenance, but we also gotta love maintaining the hair in the right way. Hopefully I ain't losing too many of y'all, but hey, whatever. Let's talk about this chat is for the ladies. Love to Nurse says, can't wait for your take on Virgin. Awesome. Love to Nurse. It is coming your way. And make sure you all follow me on Instagram, C with C on Instagram, because I will try to make sure I give you all the play-by-play there. I will also say, I always say I'm gonna give you all the play-by-play, and sometimes I get so in the moment that I forget to document. But if you want to see the first take of anything without before the vlogs come down, follow me on Instagram. And now I'm also thinking, Damo from Tallahassee, was that Dominique? I think we were classmates. Anywho, let's get into this chat. I know it's getting late. We're coming up on an hour, so let's see what else we got. Shawana Creative Circle says, hey Shawana, welcome in. You've been coming around a couple of times, so I'm glad to see you back. My cruising family says, oh, that would be so cool to see you and your mom traveling together. Yes, my mom and I did a Disney trip last year, October. So I definitely need to get that vlog out before that footage becomes over a year old. Kellyanne is saying, hope to meet you in November on 2.0. Yep, I will be there in November too. November, again, is popping with cruises. Big money, Karen in the house. Karen is saying hello. I got to meet Karen on the first Melanin at Sea cruise, and she was one of my cruise crews. My cruising family says your room on Margaritaville looked nice, spacious, and decent decor. Yeah, and I went back and watched some of the older vlogs related to Margaritaville at Sea, or when it was the first iteration of Margaritaville at Sea. I think I watched Jay, the Nomad, his videos. They have updated the decor, at least of the bed area, the sitting area a little bit where they can. I think they would have to do major surgery. I'm wondering, I'm like Jimmy Buffett, because we've seen his resort. So I'm like, are you bailing somebody out from a financial burden or something by taking on this Margaritaville? Like, what is the whole thing behind him taking on Margaritaville? Is it or this Carnival Paradise? Whoops. Bahamas Paradise, like, is it to try just something out? Is it just like, I got a lot of money, here you go? Or like, is he trying to test this out so that he can build on the brand? So it'll be interesting to see what Margaritaville becomes. My cruising family says, thanks, C, for sharing that app, because I'm still not a great saver, and I still swipe these cards and repay. Assistant needs a better way. Hey, listen, and I'm not perfect either. I still carry some debt that I probably should not carry, but what is it? Step by step, day by day. My thing is, I don't want to be the same person as I was yesterday. So we learn, right? So learn and grow. But I finally learned, you know what? I can't take full credit. I will say, the app is my thing, but you know what? Who inspired me to do a better job with saving was Life with Us TV. Life with Us TV was talking about like how their channel started and what they would do, and they really mentioned that they have a system for how they bring on a new cruise or a new trip, like add it to there, and then how they pay it off, and they have a rotation. And I was just sitting there, I was like, okay, well, let me think of a system that works for me. So I found that app, and basically I add a goal, and I just keep adding them as I pay one off. So I have one cruise that's about to be paid off soon, and then I'll add the next cruise behind it, so that way I'm not saving too much, so there's not too much money, because technically I have like eons or more of trips, but I save, just add a couple more, pay those off, and then add another goal, so that way everything gets paid. And my goal is just basically to have the cash versus just swiping. So I swipe, but then I have the cash to hit that immediate down payment. So trying to do better. My cruising family says, especially paying for 4 and 5 people at a time. Let me shout out to you folks who travel with your families. Yes. I am finishing up a quote for a client. It's a family of 4, and let's just say they're like at $4,100, and that's just their cruise fare. So, shout out to the families that are making it happen and making sure you make memories with your loved ones. Even shoot, when we did Disney, I tagged on to one of my friends' family so I can get in their room, and our bill, yeah. So it adds up, but you get to make memories. And you got to figure out how to make it happen. Put them kids to work, Peter. Carla G says, what is the name of the app? The app's name is Opportune. Opportun. It used to be another app and they got bought out. I'll show you what the logo looks like. It's like a circle. That's the logo over there. Opportune. And that's my saving app for my trips. And basically what it allows you to do is you set your goal. So you say, here's how much I need to save by a date, and it will calculate how much you need to save every day, or it will save for you every day to get to the goal. And it watches your spending patterns. So it takes a little bit, like a month or two, but it watches and it's like, oh, she didn't get that coffee. Or it's like, oh, there's an extra $200 here. Let me snatch it. And you have an ability if it snatches too much money, it can move money back and forth or whatever. But I try to just set it and forget it. And it has not overdrawn my accounts. It watches. It's actually an extra account on there. So should that like one account like somehow get too close, it'll be like, oh, we sent money over to your banking account just to make sure we didn't overdraft you. So for me, it's been a helpful system. It's made me more accountable. It's made me more, frugal, but help me plan out my finances for trips. So that I'm just not like, oh, here comes that deadline, swiping. But I am saving funds, and it's using some kind of technology to track your spending pattern in the account that it's associated with. And I've been doing it for like a few. I'm trying to think when I started doing it, maybe a year now. But it was, again, I was listening to Life with Us TV, and they mentioned how intentional they are with saving before getting to the next trip. So it helps me say, it's also helpful for me to say, like, I'm a person, if you tell me like, let's go on a trip, I'm like, yes. It has helped me say like, I can't afford this right now. It's also helped me say like, oh, I could sneak one in. So that's my system. Whatever system you choose, just get a system to make sure it works for you. What is this? $259 is a good price for insurance. Oh yeah. So Shawana Creative Circle channel is, I was mentioning earlier that I bought a yearly plan for travel insurance. I had another company last year. This year I went with Travel Guard because I realized the plan last year only covered my medical. This year I went with Travel Guard because it covers like cancellations. I have two older parents. My mom is 75. My dad is 81 or 82. So, and I have older family members. So I switched over to Travel Guard. This is no endorsement or anything. I just like what they offered, and it covers all trips. For the one I bought, all trips for the price under the price $2,500 and below, which covers most of my cruises. And it allows you 2 instances of cancellation or incident. So yeah, I try to keep now a yearly plan instead of getting travel insurance for each thing. And I also try to book my trips using the credit card. So a credit card that has trip coverage, because I actually had a friend who was using his Chase card, and the rental car he had in Puerto Rico had gotten broken into for something really petty. His rental car got broken in and they stole like an iPhone charger, something wild. But his Chase card, he said it was seamless. They covered his the broken window or whatever. So now that's kind of just spilling, giving information about how I do things. It's not the be all and end all, but just want to share what I do. So my cruising says yes to insuring our vacations. Yes. Cause you just never know. G Fox says that's a cool app. This is why I love my mass family. So much knowledge and people willing to pour into others. Love us. We got to do it. We got to do it. Society will intentionally hide information from you and has for so long. So, whatever information that I have that I can share, do it. And that's why, again, I am so excited about my cruising family for sharing their information. Again, for that level of consultation that they're going to be providing related to branding and protecting family business, like, y'all better get in there on September 17th, because people would have paid like top dollar for the information that PETA and family are giving out for free. Gina's World says Opportune. Is that an app? Yes, it's an app. I have Apple products. I'm guessing it's on other platforms, but basically it's an app that connects to your main banking account. It uses like AI to monitor your spending patterns. So it takes about a month or two to watch what you do. And then it'll start, like, you put in your goal and it will say, okay, for this goal, we got to send $5. You'll just start taking money from your account. And it'll also monitor when it says that your account is low. I've also used that not just for travel, but I like to donate to my HBCU. So whenever it's my 5-year increment anniversary, 2 years out, I'll set my giving goal and I'll use Opportunity to Save for that too. So, trying to be fiscal responsive when I can be. Gina Davis says, hey girl, glad to make a laugh. Happy you're able to make it. I know this is not our usual time. Usually I try to do it on 6 p.m. Welcome in everybody. This is a Monday meetup. My name is Carlene. This is my channel, See It With C, where I basically bring you along with me so you can see how to do it too. And so, yeah, we usually do Monday meetups whenever I'm about to travel. I don't go live every Monday, but I am teaching a course this fall at a university, so I had to push back our usual meetup for the next 2. We should be back to normal about November-ish or so. I'll let y'all know. But for this fall, we're going to be meeting up a little later than usual. But I see we still got some people, so this time doesn't seem bad. At least I get to get my Midwest and West Coast cousins here in the chat. Love to Nurse says, yeah, the family plan is where it's at for those that travel frequently. So Love to Nurse is co-signing to get those family plans, get those yearly plans instead of buying insurance for every cruise. Karen Lewis is saying, 3.0 is on Celebrity Edge. I'll also say, though, the family plan, now, it might not be as easy. Like, you probably have to collect all your documentation versus like the cruise line will automatically be like, oh, you got insurance? Okay, cool. You do have to make sure you have all your documentation for the plans, but they will reimburse you if it's for one of the causes. Yes, MS or Mass 3.0 is on the celebrity. Oh, look at y'all. Edge. It's on the Celebrity Edge. So yeah, beautiful ship. So it's going to be a nice coin. So start saving now. Carla G says, if I put the information for 2.5, the app might start laughing at me. Not really. So 2.5 is in February. I'll give you a funny story. I added a cruise in for the end of November. And I started saving in June, and I am less than $100 shy from hitting my goal. So it might not start laughing at you, but I will say I will now have this cruise and I'll have my cash ready for that final payment date. But it'll show you. I will also say, like, you also probably have to do some chunking yourself, but it's a helpful tool. It's a helpful tool. Now, but it's not going to take out $5 a day and you don't think you're going to get a $1,600 cruise. Okay, thank you, everybody saying, hey, Carla Jackson, welcome in. Yes, MAS 3.0 is on the Celebrity Edge, and it's going to Alaska, and that's in July of next year. Join the Melanin at Sea Facebook group for more information. Pretty Girl says, hey, y'all, Alaska is on my bucket list as well. Yeah, and again, Alaska is just not a place that I would be like, let me fly to Anchorage, So I think Alaska, cruising it is going to be perfect for my personality. And I'm going to like it too, because I am going to, I'll be able to get in Seattle as well. So I'll be able to visit Washington. All right. So we have all the ladies lined up talking about who is checking in for Sisterhood at Sea. And I said, put in Sassy in the chat if you'll be on Sisterhood at Sea. So Sisterhood at Sea is deep in here. So we got Desiree Evans coming in, and she'll be cruising with me too later this week. Looking forward to meeting you. Miss Carla G. Carla has been putting in all her organization skills. Carla got us with the WhatsApp chat. So if you are a lady going on Sisterhood at Sea and you have not connected to the WhatsApp, join the WhatsApp, go into the Facebook group to get the WhatsApp information. so that you can stay up to date on the announcements and all that good stuff. And Miss Carla organized that for the ladies. Regina's going. So Regina is like my bougie cruise sister. Regina and I are gonna be on another cruise together too. And Regina, I'm looking forward to running back that interview on our next cruise. Maybe we could. Well, you've already did Virgin, so I don't know. Maybe me, you, and Kristen or somebody, we can do a review of Virgin Voyages. Kristen's gonna be on. And I met Kristen on Mardi Gras, Melanin C 1.0. And I am looking forward to cruising with her as well. G Fox says, I'm not sassy, but we'll have FOMO. Oh, G Fox, we're going to miss you. We're going to miss Ashley, all of y'all's lovely energy. The Buckies. Yeah, I finally got to figure out where Bucky's experience Bucky's. So my new thing is I like to collect these tumblers now. So I have one from Bucky's. I got one when I stopped at Epcot Food and Wine. So Desiree Evans is sassy too. Hey, Desiree, looking forward to meeting you. Shawana is asking if Carla G is on 2.0. Edward Strand is here. He says, I'm late, but we'll continue to watch, then catch the rewind. Thank you for catching the rewind. Definitely, if you are a team replay, we had a lot of people who mentioned that last time. So if you are a team replay, put hashtag team replay in the chat so I know who I can take attendance and make sure I got everybody. Romer says, I used to be the planner of our groups, but I'm now like Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon. I'm too old for this. Bleep. So I get it. And you know what? Romer, I think as I get older, I have become less intense. But I can't call it. I still have my moments where I'm like, I want it done a certain way, and if I ain't do it, then it's not getting done. So yeah. But I will say the good part about group cruising too, like you can delegate tasks, right? So you get one person to do what they're good at, get another person. Like when my family does our group cruises, we got one person to do the shirts. I'm telling people where to go with the activities. We got another family who finds a hotel. So that's another, I guess, benefit. You get to spread the love. People are speaking to Edward Strand. My cruising family says, congrats on being a travel advisor. See, I didn't know that about you until watching your video tour today. Go ahead, girl. Yeah, my cruising family, I started last October 22nd is when I signed up and registered. It was something interesting. Like I'm a big person who I watch signs, and I'm not trying to be spooky voodoo person, no, but I'm a person that, like, for instance, I watch certain things happen in my life, and I'm like, oh, that's the sign for me to pursue X, Y, and Z. Like for instance, my current job, I had two separate people bring me this vacancy announcement, and I was like, this is a sign to apply. So something similar happened with travel advising. I had been thinking about it, and literally I was on the Carnival Valor September 2022, and two different people who didn't know each other. One person might have been trying to like pitch her company a little bit, but she wasn't pushy. But the other person was not pitching any travel company. I had two separate conversations where people were like, you travel, you understand travel, go ahead and do it. And I had been thinking about it, and I was like, this is my confirmation. So I got off that trip, and about less than a month later, I signed up to be a travel advisor, because I'm a kind of person who my slogan is door to destination support. So as I'm building out my brand, my channel, all that kind of stuff, I'm very detailed. So I like to give you all information that will like literally get you from your home to your destination and back home in one piece. So if you like that level of planning and support, feel free to email me at cofcgmail.com. Happy to assist. Even if you just have a question, because I am starting out, I am more than happy to answer any questions. So if you have a travel question that you want to put in a comment on this video, happy to answer that. Because I'm like, we can't keep all this information to ourselves. So, all right, off the soapbox and on to the chat. Alexandria Bless Marshall says, I'm new and just joined in. Missed you say, when is your next cruise? Yes, Alexandria, my next cruise is Sisterhood at Sea, which is leaving this week on the Scarlet Lady. It's my first time selling Virgin. And usually what I do when I'm about to travel with the Monday meetups, Monday meetups are for travel announcements. So whether I'm traveling by sea or by land, I will have a meetup. We don't do this every Monday, but we do it for when it's about time to travel, when it's about time to cruise, to basically talk about like what's happened in life and on the channel before, and then talk about the upcoming trip. So yep, heading out on the Scarlet Lady. It's my first time on Virgin. They are doing a status match. So I'm looking forward to the perks of that. I am looking forward to trying out how unique Virgin is. I'm looking for some of the rest and relaxation elements. So I have given up on cruise spas, but I am going to give Virgins a try because they have a strong emphasis on, what is it, detox and retox is what they say. So I'm going to give up, before I fully give up on cruise line massages, I am going to give Virgins a try. And of course, I'll be bringing you all along in all my social media. So follow me on Instagram, as well as the videos from the channel will be dropping. Seattle. G-Fox says Seattle's on my bucket list. And of course, Alaska. Yep. So I hope, G, are you getting on 3.0? I hope to see you. If not, I'll see you on 2.0. Yolanda Klimasuki. I might have messed that up, but welcome in, Yolanda. She says, I booked my first Alaskan cruise in May 2024 and my first Mediterranean in August 2024. All right, Yolanda, for switching up the cruise types and getting out of the Caribbean and getting to Alaska and to the Med. Both are bucket lists. I've been thinking about the Med. I'm not sure when the Med will happen because I have a very distinct cruise goal. Like I'll tell y'all now, I was going to announce it in December, but I have a cruise goal for next year to get on all of Royal's big ships. So like the Oasis class up to the Icon. If I can't get the Icon, definitely the Oasis class ship. So I've done Oasis of the Seas, and next year my cruise goal is to work through Allure, Harmony, Symphony, and what's that one? Utopia. We'll see if I get on Icon. I don't know. But I want to like sneak in a Med cruise, but I don't know if it's going to happen. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. My cruising family is shouting out all the educators. Yes, everyone who's headed back to school. Yolanda says, I do at least 2 solo cruises a year. Why exactly 2? But yeah, for me, for my lifestyle, cruising is the only way that I can travel where I can completely disconnect. Where everything is planned for me. Like I love land-based. I love being able to explore a new country, being able to explore a new state, but that requires a lot of planning, figuring out what hotel you're going to stay in, what you're going to eat, where the fancy place, like all that stuff. Whereas cruising, you just hop on, don't have to think about anything. So I'm truly able to disconnect. Auntie, you that avatar almost got me. Game Trader says, hello, DC and family. Hey, Auntie, I haven't seen you around. So happy to see you. Regina's telling my cruising family that it's awesome for them to do that, to share that information. No problem. Okay, so the question I had posed a while ago, and I'm going to move it. So we're talking about Sisterhood at Sea, right? And we have a few fellas. So Eddie, Edward, Mr. Ballard, or Edward Strand, you might, guys, take your notes for your partner, for your lady, for whoever you're with, so that you can, we're talking about what do the sisters, what do women need, right? To that little oomph to their cruising arsenal, right? The things that make you feel like a lady and feminine. So my cruising family says she likes to put in Black girl sunscreen, and so does Leslie. Those are things they're intentional about in their sisterhood pack to make sure they got what they need. Gina's World says, I just bought the Black girl sunscreen. I haven't used it, but it's ready for my cruise in the next 3 weeks. Okay, y'all might have me sold on Black girl sunscreen now. Because I just learned, okay, talking about aging in a woman, I've learned that like I have developed eczema as I've gotten older. And I think I also learned that certain certain sunblocks set off my eczema. Like I know the spray can banana boat, makes me itchy. So I might need to try the Black girl sunscreen, give it a try. The ladies are chiming in talking about what do they need when they cruise. And Kelly Angel is saying Black girl magic sunscreen, but I have micro locks, so I don't need to do anything. Yes. Oh, and I can see beautiful micro locks here in your avatar. Yes. You know what? I'm praying about locks. But I have to like see them, know them, gotta, yeah. But locks have been something I've been thinking about. Not not ready to fully commit, but I've been thinking about them. I've always been a person that has long hair, except for my master's degree. I cut my hair like right here, and was rocking a bob. Oh, and then I broke up with a boyfriend one time and cut my hair, had that asymmetrical cut. But yeah, I'm curious about the journey. So Kellyanne, I think you said we can talk, ladies on Sisterhood, we'll talk about the lock process. Carla G is talking about what does she need on the cruise. She says a bathing cap to swim, but a shower cap would be cool too. Okay, so she was saying that would be cool for a male NSC to have a bathing cap or a swimming cap. Yolanda, okay, what does she add? She adds facial oils, hair conditioners, which I will say, ladies, if you get your little conditioner and get in that sauna, change your life. Will change your life. She uses Miss Jessie's. She uses Shea Moisture and is it Meal hair products? Cool. Yeah, I like to try to pack light, but there are certain things that I have like I need to have in my like woman arsenal, like things that make me feel like soft and supple. Carla G says, Shawana, no, I need to start collecting after this trip. Yolanda says, I took swim lessons in college so I can tread water, but hate putting my head under because I can't see. I need swim confidence classes. Yeah, that's a whole thing related to, we were talking about swim classes earlier. That's a whole thing too. Like the reason why I'm working on my freestyle stroke is that whole like breathing out to the side and coming back in. I don't like feeling like I'm running out of breath. It feels like I'm suffocating when I'm swimming. So yeah, but keep practicing because it's a survival skill. Look, y'all saw what happened in Alabama. I'm just going to leave it like that. Get you to some swim lessons, y'all. Never know when you have to get to the dock. Carla G says, I'm going off the slide on the cruise. Yeah, and see, Carla G, that's exactly why I was like, dang, I got this sewing. And I'm like, Addy was mentioning one of the excursions has this slide. And see, I already got my swim lessons. So I'm like, boom. And then I'm like, but I can't. Yeah. So I'm going to watch y'all on the slide. I'm going to watch y'all on the slide. I'm going to watch y'all jump into the pool on Scarlet Lady. So Margaret Logan says, I'm 53, so I need to learn how to swim one day. It's never too late. I saw a YouTube video about a lady who was 60 and learned to swim. My cruising family says, I made sure my boys learn and are learning. Yeah, like it was interesting. My parents had put me in swim when I was young. Like I was way young. But I was a swim school dropout. Like I was back then, I was not. I'm like, y'all want me to put my head underwater? No. And but I always would like doggy paddle. But when I started learning, and I thought I could swim, like I'm like, okay. But when you actually learn how to swim and they teach you certain skills, you're like, oh, I wasn't as great of a swimmer. So, yep, it's a skill to have. My cruising family says I started lessons in my 30s, then stopped. I do not know how to swim, and I do not know how to swim. Plan to go back into lessons though. Yep, get it done. Make you some goals. Knock off those goals. And again, they are very cheap at your local Y. So, and shoot, even if you have access to a pool, especially if y'all hanging out on YouTube, the way YouTube is set up, there are some cool swim groups on YouTube that can, walk you through a couple classes or things to try in the pool. Just try on the shallow end where you can put your feet down. And yep, there are a couple things on YouTube that I've tried. It's particularly about floating. I had to watch a video about sinkers because my legs sink. I hate you all who can just like, y'all just float naturally. I get in the pool, my legs go like this. So I have to like arch. Anywho. Who is this? Yolanda says, yes, my husband taught my daughter and we reinforce with classes. Good stuff. All these swimming people, fish. My cruising family says, I panic when I jump off a boat in Bonaire with a snorkel vest some years ago. I was panicking so much. One of the other guys from the boat had to come and help me. His name was, and then Alan had to come help me. Yeah, it's not a good feeling. So luckily, like I haven't had any drowning experiences, like near drowning experiences as an adult. However, I have had something interesting happen in Belize where we were with like we booked an excursion. We booked a boat. I traveled to Belize with like 10 people. So we booked the boat together and the excursion had a snorkeling component. So as soon as he being the boat captain mentioned, like, he was like, all right, it's time to snorkel. And he was like, oh, I can just tell the current is a little strong. And so he said that, and I was like, I was going to stay on the boat. However, with the group, people were like, oh, Lola, YOLO, get in there. So I got on a life vest, and luckily, two of the guys who were very good swimmers, they decided to get a life vest too. Well, we were snorkeling, and the current had pulled one of the girls in our group out towards the reef. So she was snorkeling, not paying attention. When she looked up, she was out there. So it took, I began to panic, and one of the guys, like, I had to hold on to a buoy and just like get my breathing, because I was not panicked because I was drowning. I was panicking because like it was a panicky situation. So I like was holding on to a buoy and like literally had to go get a rescue boat. It was a whole scene to save us. So when we got back on the boat, we happened to notice it was a cruise. It was not cruise. It was an excursion. It wasn't a cruise. We were in Belize, just to be in Belize. But people we hired, though, were not well trained. And the tourist boats behind us, they actually pulled further back because those people knew that the current was stronger where we were. So not only a lesson to learn how to swim, even though I didn't need to swim. I had on a life vest. I was just panicking because it was like, oh shoot, this current, like, and currents are strong. Like, I was doing the hand motions and it felt like I was on a treadmill. I was not going anywhere. So yeah, 2 pieces of information. Y'all take them swim lessons, and 2, watch out for them excursion operators. Make sure that you have people who are rated well, who know what they're doing, because that person, they should not have let us go out there and he saw that the current was strong. I know you can't predict the ocean, but I also don't play in the ocean. But yeah, story time. People are speaking. People are saying hi to Game Changer. People are laughing. Oh, hey, Cooking with the Catrons. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you all here for sure. I was watching y'all's live for the announcement about the food, the processor that you all had. Sorry, I heard like a bump. So we're in the house and I was just like, what's that? My cruising family is saying, giving out hugs and stars. Yolanda is talking about travel insurance. She said, travel insurance is so important. My daughter dislocated her knee on the last night of our sailing. $1,500 medical bill. Yep. And I know if you all want a Sunday sip and you listen to Addy and Terry, they mentioned y'all got to pay that up. You got to pay that fee straight up. Like, the people on the ship do not know how to take insurance. They don't process that. I think they give you the information about who treated you, and that was it. So yep, get the medical bill. Another wild story: when my family went on the Carnival Legend, a lady on the first night of the cruise fell down the steps of the steakhouse, broke her collarbone, knocked herself out, and that lady had to be medevaced. And we got to see the helicopter hover because we were far from Baltimore. There was no way to get her back. So they medevaced her, helicoptered her on. So, and that's a pricey bill. But again, travel insurance, I think the travel insurance that I just purchased, my yearly plan covers like maybe $30,000 worth of medevac, maybe 50, I can't remember. But also, again, like, look at those prices. Look and see, like, not prices, but when you're buying travel insurance, look at the fine lines. Like, I know my travel insurance doesn't cover any trips only covers up to $2,500. So, I can't get mad if I insure a $3,000 trip. I need to call in and, up the ante for the premium. But like, just make sure that even on your credit cards, some people might say like, oh, my credit card has insurance. Great. Read the fine print to see what you are actually covered for. Because that's important. Sorry to hear that with the dislocated knee. Hopefully everything is better, but that is a hefty price to pay. Phil and D's travel spree is here. They're saying, hey, C, sorry I'm late. Just getting home from practice. Did I miss the big announcement? You probably heard by now, Phil, we are going on the Scarlet Lady with Addy and Terry for Sisterhood at Sea. And the ladies were in the chat dropping all of their, what are their like must have accoutrements of traveling. So I was saying I love to bring a good bar of craft soap, Some of the ladies were informing me about Black Girl Sunscreen. So yeah, if you all, as final thoughts, have any like of those things you'd like to bring with you, drop them in the chat. My cruise-in family is talking about hey to Phil and D. Phil and D are saying, what's up? I don't know what the no is for. If people are speaking to Carla G. But we got to get it done. Yep, you got to get those swim lessons done. So yeah. Let me scroll all the way up. Ooh. Oh, okay. So let's get to getting. I'm just going to look through here. Venus. Oh, hey, Venus. Are you off Venezia? She says she is here being nosy. Welcome in. We are just chatting about Sisterhood at Sea. I don't know if I'm going to have time to talk about Margaritaville. See, I'm going to have to save that for the next meetup. But it'll probably be good to save that one because I will probably have that second vlog out so you all can get my full thoughts about Margaritaville at Sea. But I will say that whole $99 cruise thing is a sham. I definitely paid over. It was about a $460 bill for Margaritaville. I'm sorry, $565 something with all the different perks. So it's not a cheap cruise. I mean, it's not, it adds up. But you get what you pay for. It wasn't the worst. Everybody speaking to the moderator, Venus. Welcome in, Venus. It was cool to see you on the Venezia for a second time around. LaShonda is saying, I'm a brand new agent. I'm thinking of organizing a class reunion. Cool, LaShonda. Yeah. I will say, like, I started out with just booking myself. And then I branched into booking my, actually a community member was the first. It's so funny because I remember MH Family Adventures. That's why you got to keep positive people like around you and who you join chats with. She did a whole chat, or their family did a whole chat on travel agent tips. And she was mentioning, I think I was like, she was mentioning like, you know, some of your bigger supporters will be people who aren't your family members. And at that time she was like, you know, it's coming. And I got my first booking with a community member who is organizing a birthday trip. So yeah, my first person that's not me, because I booked my own stuff, is a community member who, you know, saw the vision, and I had the honor of planning her birthday trip, and now I got to follow up. And I would say I'm nervous. Like, I just feel like I have somebody's life in my hand. Like, I know if something happens, you know, with my trip, I know how to do it, but I already know me. I'm going to be like, is everything okay? Did you land in Florida? Did you get on the ship okay? So, you know, I would just say if you're organizing your class reunion, be highly organized, get some jot forms, figure out like your system of organization, because you're gonna have a whole lot of people, you know, different travel documents, making sure those are up to date, people with room requests. So, but good luck to you. It's a great place to start, because then when you do it well, you'll have a bunch of recommendations of people who will follow up on you with you for business and will recommend you. People are speaking. Everybody's talking to Venus. We're so honored to have Venus, the moderator, here. Carla G says, shh, Venus is here. We ain't cut up too bad in Melanin to see why Venus was gone. I think, or actually did they? I think, did Jasmine have to like say something? Venus, they did cut up Venus. Oh yeah. Okay, we're not gonna talk about that. But I think it was they had to talk about, it was people talking about some broke comments or something like that. So Venus, they did cut up a little bit while you were gone. But you know, you're back now. LaShonda says your Aces video is how I found your channel. Awesome. That was my first big ship. So yeah, my cruise goal for next year is to get on the rest of the Oasis class ships. So happy, cool. You found me in the YouTube streets. Honest. So welcome in, LaShonda. Hope you are enjoying the chat and the channel. Venus, happy to see you, Auntie. I know we haven't seen her in a bit. Love. Hey, Philadelphia says, hey, Venus, saw you were on the Venezia again. Yeah, Venus, how was the Venezia without having to moderate 300 cousins? Regina says, Trader Joe's has a great facial sunscreen too. Doesn't leave a white cast on the face, which is, listen, we talk about sisterhood. This is for the sisters. All sunscreens are not created equal. And there's one that I know people like, it has zinc in it. It's like in a white bottle with black and red letters. That thing leaves me so chalky. I recently got the CeraVe sunscreen. It starts off chalky, but then it it changes. So we are talking about products that the sisters might bring to, help you, feel like a woman. My cruising family says, yeah, I like Miel hair products. I've never tried these Miel hair products. I've outsourced doing my hair. I used to do it on my own. And now, yeah, I gotta sit in sit in somebody's chair. Hey, my cruising family. Y'all saw Young Tender get over to that dock. Yes. That's why we need swim lessons, friends. And y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna stop. I ain't gonna get back into that. Okay, Yolanda says pronounced Klimoski. It's Polish. Oh, awesome. My family tree, we've tracked on my mom's side. We've tracked it down to the Polish immigrants, I believe, who are on that side of my family. So I probably need to learn how to pronounce your name so I can connect with my Polish cousins. Welcome in, Yolanda. Carla G says the pool isn't that deep. I'm not a great swimmer, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'm more of an underwater swimmer. Well, shout out to you for being able to hold your breath and get across the pool. Yolanda says, I want to do more ocean snorkeling. You know what? Me too. I bought a full face snorkel. So I bought this snorkel that you can just like put on your whole face. You don't just have to connect to your mouth, because I could not coordinate the mouth breathing situation. So I have a full face snorkel, but I haven't been able to I've used it once because I haven't done any good snorkeling. Or I'll snorkel somewhere and I'll see one or two fish. So my plan is one of my November cruises, I will be able to use my full face snorkel and also be able to try out my new swim lessons a little bit too. Carla G is saying I went snorkeling in Florida. She wants to do it again. My game changer says my thing is about swimming. Are you supposed to keep your eyes open? I'd be too afraid that I might lose my eyesight. Auntie, you are not going to go blind for swimming. So you know what? It's interesting because I took lessons. We wore goggles in the pool, but I also was thinking again, the survival swimming skills. If you get pushed over off the fall off the boat or something like that, you got to be able to open your eyes with the water. So I've been every now and then I'll take off my goggles and practice going down, opening my eyes to see around and then close them, come back up. But I mostly swim when I'm practicing swimming. My goal is to be able to swim laps for fitness, and also just survival, being able to be around water, ocean, pool, and have some ability to save myself. I don't trust myself in the ocean, but I'll play around the deep end of the pool. The ocean just has a lot of personality to contend with. The ocean can be unpredictable. So I don't try my luck too much in the ocean with my swim skills, but I'm definitely now comfortable in the pool. Venus says, oh, you're the best game changer. I miss you. I hope you're having a great summer. Yes, we miss Auntie. Yolanda's talking about some people open their eyes. She said, I want to see. Yeah, when I was on the private island at MSC, what's that dang on island? Private island MSC, Ocean K. There was this guy, he was swimming underneath they have Ocean K. When you go, they have these pallets in the middle where you can jump off of and climb on. And homeboy was he was swimming underneath the pallet to the other side, and he had lost his eye contact. And I'm like, oh, that means that you are having your eyes open. So I would love to be able to do that. But I'm already working on just trying to stay calm with the goggles on. So my next thing is I gotta practice a little more with the opening my eyes, because you never know. Again, parents, whatever. We had a family member on Disney Wish. We had a near drowning experience. One of the kids. Save that story for another day. But if you're retrieving something, you got to be able to open your eyes and get that object, that person, that item out. So my next thing in survival is going to be making sure I can open up my eyes. Venus says, Phil D's travel spree says yes. Oh, because Venus just got off the Venezia after she went with us for the 4-day to Bermuda. She went to Canada. It was nice. But not as fun because we were missing the mass vibe. Yeah. But it was cool. I would love to see your take on cruising North, Venus. Gina's World is saying hi to Venus. Venus says, I'm excited for y'all. Enjoy Sisterhood at Sea. This mom life got me wrapped up in back to school. Party hard for me. Oh, we will, Venus. We will. Addy has been giving us drink recommendations. There's one lady that got, I think, a Rockstar suite that's already said that her bar is Sue Bar or something like that. So it should be a great time. And I've been tired of like mediocre cocktails. So I am looking forward to Virgin being able to try some cocktails. The last few cruises I've just confined myself to wine because the cocktails have been like icky. So I am looking forward to actually having some good cocktails going on. Gina saying we will have fun. YFC must have been in the building. So hey YFC. COC, will you be doing land group trips in the future? Planning land group trips. You know what, Venus? I gave my uncle a quote to Hawaii, and I booked myself for my trip to Greece. That's the reason I want to start slow. I want to try the vendor before I recommend it to other people. So far I have liked American Airlines Vacation as a vendor. So I've been using them, but I want to expand so I want to try was the usual people. I don't know, FunJet, all them people, Vacation Express. But American Airlines Vacations has been my thing. So I'm slowly getting into the land-based vacations. With travel advising, I've given a quote to Jamaica and Dominican Republic for free. The people didn't pick up. They didn't, book the trip. So, but yeah, I'm testing it out, but I want to test it on myself first. So far I know one vendor that I like. And then I want to try out a couple more. But I think they always say you should start with, your one thing and get that right, and then go on to lands. But yeah, I have the ability to land. I have booked myself for land vacations, and I made it back in one piece. So yeah, I think I can see myself, depending on where, booking in the future. I've been to I feel pretty comfortable with Jamaica, making solid recommendations for Jamaica. I've been to the Greece trip. So I think, yeah, land could be coming soonish. It also depends on the people, the person. I don't know, but yes, soonish. And then I have a current obligation. Some of you all know, I'm the school board rep in my city, not the whole city, but in my section of the city. So I'm waiting for that term to be up in 2024 so that I can really dive in. So I want to have that'll be when I'll have my, my website, that kind of thing. For the moment, just taking it easy, dipping my foot in the pool, but have a few people booked. Want to make sure I get them through it and then expanding. My cruising family says, yes, that feeling of having other people's vacays in your hands is nerve-wracking. I'm not going to lie, but you can definitely do it and do it well. Yeah, you got to scare yourself sometimes. And you also have to learn that not everything goes perfect. I think that's going to be even a growth for myself. Of stuff, and I'm not really saying stuff, but ish happens, So how do you navigate that stuff? It's going to be a great thing in teaching me. Even today, I had to put a little bass in my voice when I was calling Carnival to work on my client's reservation, where I'm usually not a bass in my voice kind of person, but I had to advocate to make sure that person gets what they need. So it's going to be yes, it's a business, but also a growth and learning experience for me too. Venus is saying, of course they cut up. Yes, Melon Sea cut up. The receipts are in the Melon Sea cruise group. Yolanda is saying Jazzy had to check people. Yeah, Venus went on cruise and I was in our Melon Sea 1.5 group when I saw Karen McCullers had put out the bat signal, this is the safe space today. So I went to go peek my head in and I was like, ooh. So yeah, y'all, when y'all are in those groups, just know people have different opinions and it's always not your responsibility. And again, I'm saying stuff that I have to tell myself. One of my friends told me one time, Carlene, you don't have to be the person that says it. So insert your name and say, when you're online, you don't have to be the person that says it, right? You don't have to be the person that checks the person. You don't got to be the person that says it's wrong. And it's okay to keep scrolling. So yeah, I have to learn. Like, even I'm looking sometimes, I'm like, oh, I want to chime in, oh, I want to say that, and it's like, you don't got to, you don't have to. That if it's meant for that person to learn that, they will learn it. Now, y'all don't let no tomfoolery, just go on the fly. If somebody is actively seeking out information, but sometimes when people are trolling and they just want a good little tussle on the internet, like, just let them talk to themselves. Like, I remember, I haven't tussled in the Melanin SC group, but I remember this one lady, I had to back out because the post was about, we were talking about, and sorry to the New Yorkers, but we were talking about, in the group, we were talking about, what were we talking about? The topic was, are Northerners rude? Something like that. That was essentially the topic, right? Are Northerners rude? And so I was just basically giving my experience of the 3 or 4 times that I've sailed out of New York. The energy is a little different. Like, I kind of feel like because people aren't flying into sunny Florida and have calmed their nerves. Sorry, I was looking for my chapstick. Because they haven't calmed their nerves, like, it just feels intense when people come to sail out of New York. It feels super intense, and it trickles for me. I feel like, and I could be wrong. This is up for debate. I'm fine with it. It sometimes feels like, people are getting on the ship angry at the Northern cruise ports. And I think because they haven't had opportunity to kind of like chat, calm down, disconnect or whatever. So I had mentioned in the group, I was just kind of like, my experience at the Northern cruise ports is that, people are angry when they get on the ship. And sis said, came in and was like, I don't understand why Southerners are so sensitive. So I said, oh. And she did the direct response. So I'm like, so I know she's talking to me. So I kind of said, well, just define sensitive. Like, should I be sensitive to y'all? The person is cussing out the agent, and this has happened multiple times when I'm cruising out of New York. And it was like, well, I've seen people get angry on this. Like, it was so funny because she was really thinking that I was like she's like, I've seen people get angry on a New Orleans cruise or whatever. And I'm just like, girl, I am 3 hours away from you in DC. We are not that Southern. But I just kind of like, I asked one more probing question, and I just said, she was typing paragraphs, and I just said, you know what? You win. Like, what do I gain from arguing with you on social media in a group where we are supposed to be like, not that we have to get along and all agree, but the purpose of Melanin SC is, like-minded cruisers, that kind of thing, melanated folks, bond together. Not saying that we can't have our arguments, but yeah, I had to be like, all right, is this what I want to go back and forth with? Not really. Kristen H says this 8:30 time slot really worked out. Did it? Because we going, I guess so. The next one I think might be at 8:30 again because I have class a little earlier, but it seems cool. We'll see. If y'all like 8:30, we can keep it. It feels a little late because I'm a 9 o'clock in the bed kind of girl, y'all. Yolanda, going back to our question of, what did the ladies need to cruise? She says, I like Neutrogena sunscreen. And somebody else, because I was talking about my eczema, recommended Neutrogena sunscreen because Banana Boat makes me break out. Gina's World says, hey, I've never been on Oasis class ship yet. I'm trying, but my husband thinks I'm doing the most now. Oh, with the number of cruises. Yeah, it was interesting to be on that size of ship. Royal Caribbean is still not like my favorite cruise line. And that's even being on their big ships. Like, I like there's a big ship and all of the stuff to see and venues, but they still don't blow me out of the water. But I just I need a theme to kind of keep me focused. Otherwise, I'll pick up any trip. So next year, my theme will be, I want to get on Royal's big ships. And that'll be the Oasis class. So Vicky Weston says, I'm in the process of booking 70 people for my 60th next May. And it is a lot to keep up with. I generally do a group cruise every New Year's Eve. Yeah, Vicky, I noticed that you said that in Addy and Terry's group. And I have a question for you because I'm thinking about making my first group cruise, organizing my first group cruise as an agent for my birthday. However, I am worried that will I have fun as being the agent and the celebrant? That's my worry. I want the experience of booking it because I'm like, oh, cool, I can try it out on my friends, a safe space before booking a big group of people I don't know. But I am worried that, like, are they going to get on my nerves? And this is my 40th birthday party. So I'm going back and forth. I'm thinking about putting my 40th birthday on Virgin, but I'm kind of like, I want my friends to still be my friends afterwards. I'm sure they will. But Kristen H says, I use Black Girl sunscreen. I use it every day. I used it yesterday, though, and I have a mild breakout. Probably just my skin being temperamental. Ooh, okay. Good to know. Anybody else break out on Black Girl sunscreen? But a lot of people are recommending it. But I do know banana boat spray on. It gets my, like, inside of my elbows and behind my knees just turn on fire. So I need to find a new, but I'm also not about to buy no new sunscreen. I ain't used that bottle of the one I already have. So I'm just gonna be an itchy sister until I'm done with my banana boat, but happy to take recommendations. My cruising family is saying hello and sending love to Game Changer. Gina's World says, I went snorkeling for the first time in Cancun in 2021. It took me a minute to understand how to breathe. Once I figured it out, you could not get me out of the ocean. Yeah, so that's why I couldn't keep calm to breathe. So I have a full face snorkel and it's pink, so cute. So that actually allows me to just focus on looking around. And I got that off of Amazon, little $35 holla. Venus is saying Virgin Voyages definitely has some cocktails that made me get very tipsy real quick. Definitely not watered down like some other cruise lines. Yeah, Venus, I am worried about the unlimited champagne happy hour and will I be functional for the evening activity? So to be continued. Hey, Ace, Adrian Colbert is here. Hello. Dark Theme says, hey, COC, how are you doing? Doing great. Just hosting the Monday meetup where, when we meet up, we're doing trip announcements and talking about channel updates. Even though this one has mostly been trip announcements. I'll probably talk about Margaritaville at Sea the next Monday meetup. Venus is awesome. Would love to mix it up with some land trips, especially outside the Caribbean. Been too many times, and Bay is Jamaican. Oh, yeah. Where would Jamaicans want to go? I'm like, Jamaica's one of those countries that they have so much pride in. They're like, why would I go anywhere else besides Jamaica? So, good luck on getting him to spread his wings. Hey, Team Reese is here. Hey, Team Reese, welcome in. My cruising family is speaking. Yolanda says, I can't most days in the Facebook chat. Swipe and scroll. You gotta, and shake your head. Put that in between. Swipe, shake your head, and scroll. Because sometimes people be lunching. Venus says, I don't check people. I just block them. Yes. Venus, we are very similar in retribution. I block people. Have you ever blocked persons like in real life? Like there are people that I do not acknowledge, and I will see you, and I'm just like, nope, you lost opportunity to speak to me because I'm just not on that anymore. So yeah, I only can imagine. It is funny, Venus, because I only know, like, you see what y'all let through, like the moderators, what y'all let through, but I only can imagine the things that y'all see on the back end that we don't see. I am sure y'all block and have to filter through some really weird things. So for that, I say thank you. Have y'all watched that lady on Instagram? Anyway, but yes, Venus, we thank you for your service because I know you be taking some for us on a regular basis. Everybody's laughing. My cruising family says, child, NYC gets on my nerves and I live here. I definitely get it. So we were talking about sometimes the NYC vibe. Yeah. I don't know what, but it's intense. It's intense. It's just like, it's like no patience for anything to go wrong. So it could be a line of 5 people and like, when I'm cruising out of New York, it's like, this is not working. This is the worst. And for some reason in the North, it seems like it's just a lot of those people with the status. So they're talking about like, this cruise line would never. And when I had the Haven, this didn't happen. And that butler service is just mediocre. And I'm like, girl, can I get my first butler service? So Venus is saying to G Harris Bateman, I ain't got time for people on the internet. I'm too busy tussling with people in real life. Hello to tussling in real life. Yeah, the Lord has delivered me from tussling in real life. I've learned that I have to disconnect, because if y'all had met C in 1999, I think, yeah, I tussled every year in school from like first grade to 1999, and my mama was like, I'm sending you for your daddy if you do it again. So now I've just learned that, I don't got a whole lot to say. I just be quiet and, keep it going, because, I got too much to lose these days. G says, Venus said, I don't fight, I don't argue, just block your behind. Yep, block them and keep them moving. That block spirit is strong. My cruising family says the mass group is hilarious and frustrating all at the same time. I scroll right on by. God bless you, moderators, and Venus A. Yeah, it was interesting, because I remember one time they were coming from my biological cousin. And I was just like, oh shoot, like, hold on. So you just gotta, I think I peep my head in once or twice a day, and I keep it moving. And I see certain comments that I just, like, I know the one thread I cannot get into anymore is, do Black people speak on vacation or on cruises? That is one that is still emotionally triggering for me. So I know, don't even click on that one. Don't click on that one. That's probably the conversation that I am not emotionally intelligent enough to keep scrolling through, because it irks me. I'm like, we don't got to talk to everybody we see. But okay, up for debate, but not really. Carla G is laughing. Margaret Logan is laughing. Folks saying, most definitely. My cruising family says, the funny thing is, we all managed to get excellent vibes from our actual mass group. Right, my cruising family. So like the actual group cruises, no drama. You find your people. And I was telling sorry, that fly is still flying. I had said when Rich and Jazz did their debrief live that I was worried from 1.0 or the inaugural, with the size of how big mass had grown. I was worried that, like, will we still have the same type of vibe, people come together, that kind of thing. Like, sometimes when things get bigger, it loses quality, and will we still have the same people to vibe? And we did. Like, the vibe was still there. And I it's also ingrained in us to, like, we'll cut up behind scenes, but we together in public. So yeah, but yeah, mass group cruises don't have that vibe at all. Like, it's not that energy, it's not the back and forth, none of that. So you're very correct. But I guess in that group we got opinions. So yeah, if you're not following the Melanin at Sea Facebook group, follow it, because outside of the controversial topics, every now and then there's tips. So that whole what was it, the glitch dropped, people were able to get it or at least try. You'll know all the trip announcements. You'll be able to connect. There's also some really funny posts sometimes too. You get good reviews on different ships, etc. But just know certain subjects, it's gonna be on like popcorn. But I will say, I will take mass over that VIFP group over any day. Okay. So yeah, I'd rather be tussling my cousins than the other side. Okay. Game Changer says, Venus be hosting block parties in the mass Facebook group. We be kicking it. Carla G says, that's because those people don't go on cruises. Ooh, they just like to talk. All talk and no booking. I hear you, Carla G. And good. If you got that kind of energy, stay home. Stay right on home, because the people that do come on Melanin Sea group cruises are there for a good time. Talk to anybody. Yeah. So the negative folks, it's okay. It's okay. Venus says, don't do it. You'll be playing customer service rep for your big day. Oh, so I might have to do an outside agent. Yeah. Because I also kind of a person, like I was saying, like, should I travel? Should I be my travel advisor for my own birthday party? And Venus says, don't do it. Because I am a person that I won't be able to relax. Like, if I know somebody is not having a good time, I can't relax. I remember during the pandemic, a group of friends were going to Jamaica. The head planner ended up with COVID and couldn't get into the country, into Jamaica, couldn't get the clearances. And when, like, again, being type A, I was next in line, and I had to find like a driver, and I did not relax because I was so worried about, like, oh, if we go to this beach, are people going to like it? Just having to filter through all those opinions. So, shout out to the group planners who do filter to the people's opinions, because people be giving you a lot of their thoughts that you ain't asked for. But yeah. Gina's World says, you will not have fun being the agent and celebrant. They will get on your nerves. Not your birthday, maybe a family or your cousin's trip. Yeah, okay, y'all. Yeah, I'm debating. So then I'm debating. I think I'm back to square one on what will be my birthday. And this is also why I travel solo. Like, I actually might get on another friend's birthday trip and celebrate my birthday. Because or if I do a group, I will have to do like a follow-up cruise to recover from the one that I planned. My cruising family says the regular black girl sunscreen works well for me, but when I tried the matte, I'm not sure if it was a culprit, but I broke out a little bit, so I went back to the regular. All right, so good to know. Q&S Vlogs, I will see them this week. Yes, you finally caught alive. See you this week. Awesome. Thanks for being here. Vicky says, yes, you have to pace yourself. I plan a group activity and link our. So Miss Vicky is talking about how to plan group travel. She says she has to pace herself. She says she plans one group activity and she links the dinner reservations together. And she says, I'm kind of used to doing it now and have a blast. So you have your system down pat, Miss Vicky, and that's how you are able to host 70 some odd folks for your 60th birthday without, having folks drive you crazy. Yes, we love us though. We love all the shenanigans, right? It's just different. This is us. That's us. Venus says, I don't think I have much of a choice. Yeah, Venus, you don't. G says she loves the Buc-ee's cup. Thank you. I had to get actually, it's time for me to take a Buc-ee's sip. 1 second. Yes, my new thing is collecting the wine tumblers. So my newest wine tumblers from Buc-ee's, and I think I collected like 2 more during this trip. Venus says, thank you. And the amount of things that get deleted and the people who get blocked before they even get in is ridiculous. I can only imagine. And again, we thank you. How you get blocked before you get in, right? You ain't outside. You ain't outside the club. You outside the club. You can't even get in. Lord have mercy. I only can imagine the level of thirst traps, the level of, complaining. So, Venus says, tussling for the 99s and 2000s. Look, I had a tussle in my spirit, and my mama said, what you not going to do? So, had to, tussle. But my issue is because I had to stop tussling, I get frustrated because I'm not great with my words. So in my head, it's like, I'm not going back and forth with you verbally. Like in my head, I'm like, yeah. Just kidding. But I've been delivered. Amen. G Harris says, Venus, the chick Friday trying to throw shade at Jasmine on the live. Ooh, I did not see. So I heard that Jazz had to check somebody, but I didn't know what happened. I thought it was something from the group because people were, being cheap and trying to question why they got a plan. Like, no, like, listen, y'all, if somebody is able to coordinate a group of 300 people, like, let them do it. Like, let them do it. And it's not all about, like, again, you making a coin. Like, you're not the only travel advisor who is going on these group cruises. Like, there are a lot. Miss Vicky was on. And Miss Vicky's planning for like 60, 70 people, 100 people every year for her own stuff. And she comes on Melanin at Sea. So it's like, y'all, like, are you really missing that and if you get the full amount, you might have a $200 commission. And when I say that the level of planning, like all that stuff comes back to you, they're giving you gifts. I'm preaching to the choir, but Oh, I got deleted, but ooh, they tried it. They tried it. Carla G says one of my first posts when I joined was about men who wear boots on a cruise. I was like, wow. Okay, that's an interesting one that won't pop up in the search bar too often. Really interesting. I'm usually fine. The one that I was like, okay, when we got around Valentine's Day, it had kind of got thirst trappy. Y'all come on the Melanin SC Facebook group so we can have fun too. If you want to get off topic for a day, definitely it's a place to be. But yeah, around Valentine's Day was the last year. I was just like, people were posting pictures talking about cruising. But I'm like, I don't see an ocean. I don't see a balcony. You might be in your bathroom for all I know. But yeah, I would love to know the amount of like cruise hookups that happen from like Melanin at Sea, because people be tossing it out there. Did anybody see the post where the one guy was like, if your bae don't want to come, bring him and just don't put him in the pictures? That one got a lot of hits, and people were like, come on. Hey, PODTG, they're saying, hey, you're late tonight. Yeah, I am teaching a course in the fall, so I had to push back the Monday meetup, but it seems like y'all are enjoying this 8:30 time slot. So we'll just keep the party going for a little longer. Venus says, gee, baby, I took a screenshot of what she posted and texted to both of them. Ooh, I knew it was going to get blocked immediately. Yes. So see, let's talk about moderators. Get you a moderator that got the phone on the side, can see the chat, and give you the alert. Like, shout out to Venus. So you deleted it, but Jasmine was able to address it. I love you. Teed up the alley-oop. I think only one time Phil and D are my moderator, and they said somebody came in here weird a couple of Monday meetups ago from my Amsterdam live when I was talking about Beyonce and was talking to weird stuff about how Beyonce and Jay-Z are like, yeah, I can't even repeat, some kind of weird, Illuminati stuff. And I'm just like, y'all, like, I just wanted to talk about how Beyonce had 1,000 outfits and, how I was trying to scream and pass out. Like, I don't need a lecture on Illuminati right now. Like, I'm just trying to tell you my trip recap. Parker's on the go says, where are you going next? We are going on the Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady for Sisterhood at Sea with 40 women folks. And we were talking about, what do the sisters need to cruise? So a lot of women had chimed in about they use Black Girl sunscreen, talked about the serums. I have my guilty pleasure for bringing on for my cruises as a lady is I like to bring craft soaps. So I can, when I take a shower, my room smells really soft and fluffy. And then we were also talking about sisterhood hairstyles. So we were getting into the ladies, but we started talking about fun Melanin SC Facebook group shenanigans. Venus A for the win on Friday night, for real. That was so great. Okay, now y'all, I gotta go. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do, because I did miss Friday. I had to miss Friday because I was building out the course that I'm teaching. I had to get all my stuff together. So I did not, because what happens is I really watch a lot of y'all's videos. Like, I think you all probably see, if you have a channel, I try to watch and I try to comment. However, what happens is I start watching, like sometimes I would just put on this background noise and then it'll catch my attention. So Friday I had to like hunker down and do some stuff. And I missed the live on Friday, but apparently I missed a good one. So got to go back and be team replay. Now, if you want a good vlog, now I missed the live, but if y'all want a good vlog with a little watch that Uber Soca. Watch the Uber Soca vlog, and man, it was a vibe. But I was just like, ooh, if it wasn't during 2.0, because they have another Uber Soca that's going to be on piano Afro beats focused. I love South African house music. I would definitely have hopped on that one, but it's the same time as Melanin SC 2.0, and I had already booked it. But that Uber Soca vlog was cool. But I'm going to go back because I need to see the tea about who got chewed up and spit out on Friday afternoon. Margaret Logan says, yes, mass group cruise is an awesome time. It absolutely is. And people are speaking to Parker's on the go, who also, they just released their Margaritaville at Sea. It's been cool to watch their vlogs and comparing notes about our experiences on Margaritaville at sea. Venus says, my cruising family thinks that lady was running her mouth as she was probably watching at home in her bond. Listen, people be wanting to tussle. People be wanting to tussle. And sometimes people just want to be a distractor. So again, know who you got to give that energy to. Now, sometimes, and you know what? Actually, one of my line sisters and I, we were having a little conversation about there's a lot of respectability politics that people have, where it's like, don't say nothing, let it slide off your back, that kind of thing. And then we were talking about, but like, people get away with so much stuff without you saying stuff. So we were talking about like, when do you speak up and speak out versus just letting things slide? And sometimes, let it slide off your back. And sometimes you need to address the thing to nip it in the bud. And it sounds like the bud got nipped. Venus says, oh my God, they got on my nerves, and the powers that be, let it rock. Oh, the thirst traps. Yeah, child. There were thirst traps everywhere. Or people would show pictures. I'm like, oh, I'm just putting these, what I'm talking about. I'm putting these here as a placeholder. And I'm like, girl, put them away. G Harris Bateman says the thirst trap on Brotherhood post. Now, you know what? I did not interpret. Okay, see, we're not going to tussle. I'm just going to give you my opinion. I read the Brotherhood at Sea post because I saw somebody, I think maybe on Addy and Terry's live, were mentioning that they didn't want to, they were going to recommend the group cruise to their husband, but they saw the thirst traps. Now, I will say I have not been back maybe after 30 some odd comments, but I didn't interpret actually it as a thirst trap responses. I think when we on these group cruises, it's more women that cruise. Like, Melanin Sea itself is almost like a step from like almost an all-female cruise, because it's mostly women. Like, hey guys, where are the guys? Like, bring the guys. So I don't think people are like trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna go hop on Brotherhood. I'm honestly interested in that cruise because I have a Super Bowl cruise booked, and I was like, dang, if I ain't had the Super Bowl cruise booked, I know I'm not going to go into the Brotherhood events. Like, I know stay in my lane, but but I haven't been back. So maybe it got a little thirst trappy. But I think just naturally, there are a lot of women who were interested in a Super Bowl cruise. And they were kind of like, they wanted to go. Now, y'all don't be, I will also say it's rare for a single man to cruise. So y'all simmer down when y'all see these men on the ship. They probably ain't either their significant other is close by or the significant other is at home. So simmer down now, because I rarely see single men who are just cruising. They usually have a partner of some sort, and that's my humble single opinion. I could be wrong. But yeah, I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm being naive, but I didn't see it as thirst traps. I just saw it as people were like, "Dang, it's the Lord of the Seas, the Super Bowl weekend. Let's go." But yeah, y'all don't be. These people are probably married. Simmer down. Venus said no Beyonce slander will ever be tolerated. Yep, and Phil and D block them. So shout out to my moderators, them folks with the wrench, for hanging out in the chat and blocking the shenanigans from time to time. Vicky Weston says, yes, I'll be on 2.5. I don't mind supporting my cruising cousins and giving up my commission sometimes. Yes, because guess what? Whatever you give to others will come back to you. What is it, 100-fold? Am I messing up the Bible? But that's Bible. So yeah, give it, don't be stingy. And another good quote one of my friends says is, what you do in the cheap sometimes comes out expensive. So yeah, sometimes y'all like just being cheap, you're being mad and don't want to come on the group, and you're missing out on a good time. You might be missing out on a future business partner. You might miss out on a conversation that you needed to have. Like my cruising family, if it wasn't for the Parkers on the go and then finally meeting them on Venezia, I would probably be missing that wonderful branding talk that they're about to give away for free. So it's kind of like, you're worried about that $200 coin, but you never know what you investing in somebody else how that might get you to the next level or the next step or your next connection, but you so worried about saving $1, missing $1, that kind of thing. And sometimes it's not about the dollar, it's about the experience. G says go. The thirst is okay, so maybe wasn't it okay, I gotta go back and read. Venus says single men need to start cruising because they have wait, single men need to start really slow down, really start cruising because they had a lot of options. Hello, let me tell you, single men, I mean, it's, if you watch, like, just look at the Melanin at Sea group picture. That's 300 people. It's mostly, you can probably sit and count them in. So, fellas, if you're looking for a woman that likes to plan and lay back and don't need, like, just try it. I know it's not the Dominican Republic. I know it's not Cartagena, Colombia, but gosh darn it, they might be on a cruise. So just give it a try. Do a 4-day cruise, report back and see what does the single scene look like, guys. That's going to be the next. I want to hear from the men, the next couple of group chats or this thing, Monday meetup, how that work out for you. Parker's on, RT's waving to Parker's on the go. My cruising family says Uber Ahsoka. Yes, that was a great vlog. If you can't do the full, because I know Trinidad Carnival is expensive. Like I did Caravana in Canada, and I played mass, which is where you get dressed up in the feathers and all that good stuff. That stuff runs expensive. But a lady that I met in Caravana, she was like, you got to be prepared to spend to go to Carnival like $5,000. Now I haven't been yet. I'm not sure if that's true. She was also talking about the more posh bands, but it seems like I'm not sure what the price of Uber Soca, but if you want to try the whole Caribbean Carnival experience without like trying to fight to get flights to Trinidad and all that good stuff, maybe try Uber Soca. What we got here? Actually, I got a confession. One of my November cruises, actually, I'm gonna say it out loud. I probably shouldn't. I don't know. I'm gonna say it out loud anyway. So I know which hotel the Uber Soca folks for November are gonna be their pre-cruise for before they go out. So I was actually thinking for Melanin Sea, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to that hotel to pregame with them the night before to get the vibe. Because I think they either leave like a day or two. I can't remember, but somehow I think the dates kind of lined up. So I was thinking about going to their host hotel. At that point, the prices hadn't spiked, but Uber Soca cruise looked amazing. But that NCL Epic, baby, I ain't never seen. The NCL Epic was a sad ship. You already know how I feel about NCL. Now, wait a minute, Venus. Venus, you will like the Prima one day, okay? But that NCL Epic, like, I ain't never seen nothing where the toilet in the sink was, that is weird. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. I think, are they sending the Epic? I think they're sending the Epic to Alaska. But yeah, that was an interesting setup there. And I was cracking up when Rich and Jazz was like talking about like, is this the Motel 8? Talking about the round bed. The only thing we need to do is put a coin. Yeah, anywho. Yeah, that's a weird ship. I don't know. I feel like they need, it's time probably. Let's like, hey, Norwegian. But then even with that type of, I was gonna say maybe if it was time to refurbish the ship, but with that kind of infrastructure, like you're not gonna be able to move those pipes out of the way. Yeah, let's say, that was just not a great design. Parker's on the go says, I love BGS, Black Girl Sunscreen. I used to use it all the time. Let me see about those mass posts. Sounds like y'all be cutting up over there. Yes! Parker's on the go. Come on in. It's Parker's on the go. It's good. I keep looking because I want to refresh my lip gloss, but I guess it's not meant to be. Parker's on the go. It will be great practice for TikTok. But it'll love it in a more loving and confined environment than TikTok. And honestly, it's not every day on Melanin at Sea, but like, it's going to be any time that a major event happens on cruise lines. And then every now and then, it's the same topics that send people off on VIFP, the gratuities, the, passport conversation. And then the one that I love to hate is, do Black people talk to each other on cruise ships, or nobody will say hi to me? And I'm like, probably because you look unfriendly. That's why nobody talks to you. But I have learned to keep scrolling. I don't have to say it. Just keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling. Kristen, baby, Uber Soca vlog got me ready to go. Yes, I was walking it up in my seat. Parker's is saying hi to Auntie. Listen, Uber Soca, Rich and Jazz might just got a sponsorship out of them, because they about to have a whole lot of folks trucking over there after seeing that vlog. It looks like a great time. My only thing about Uber Soca though is I like sleep. I like sleep, and I like a whole lot of sleep. So yeah, I need to know, where does not like a nap. Like, if I lay down, I'm down. I'm a 2-hour nap girl, and I'm in the bed at 9 o'clock, 9:30 to sleep kind of girl. So I want to know, like, how would a person like me, how would I do Uber Soca? Because I might give you one good night where I'm up until 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 5 o'clock in the morning and saw the sun come up, and then I'm no good for the rest of the cruise. So I want to know who are those folks, and where, like, how does that work? Venus, my husband, walked in and said, "Who the heck put the sink at the end of the bed?" NCL is still a no for us. No, don't write off of all of NCL. Like, you got to try Venus's favorite ship, the Prima. My cruising family says we're going to have to camouflage the NCL ship for you to get on Venus. Yes. I like, yeah. Oh, poor NCL. I actually want to really try the breakaway and getaway class of NCL. That's my, because I know the Viva has me priced out. I love the Prima. I think I'm priced out of the Viva. So I want to get on, I think, breakaway and getaway, and I believe one of those aways is in NYC. So that might be something. Hey, Fats and Tree. Welcome in, my DC cruising cousins. Good to see y'all. Evolving Etta is here. Saying hi to everybody and being the gracious person that she is. My cruising family and Carla G. NCL knows that they're dead wrong for their price points and mediocre. Ooh, it's a read. Ships. I do Uber Soca. The next two are on Royal Caribbean. Oh yeah. But see, they're on, like, I don't like Royal's older ships. I think I might do a weird Norwegian ship than a Royal old ship. I don't know. What would you do? But yeah, NCL though, I would say, I don't know. Prima was my first time on Norwegian Cruise Lines. I think I'm a little spoiled. I'm trying to find something like I didn't like. I know the pool deck. I am a sunbather, but I think the Prima is more of a cold weather ship, so it's not a big place and not a big deck to lounge on. They could have done better with their Lido entertainment, but like, for it to leave out of New York in the wintertime, I liked it. But I do want to try breakaway and getaway. And I like Norwegian specialty dining. I can't find anything I didn't like or felt like they nickeled and dimed me. I'm trying to think. I'm really trying to think. Parker's gonna go says, "Say it, sis." Thank you. I try to speak truth to power. Jeffrey's Angel says, "Good evening, C." Good evening, Jeffrey's Angel. We doing a night shift this Monday meetup because I had something to do earlier, but we are going on and strong. Folks are saying hi. Oh, I'm sorry. Saying hi to chat. Facts. Saying hi to Angel. And what we got here? Romer says cruising is way too expensive for a single man. Romer. Romer. So what do you think cruising is for a single woman? We paying the same price, boo. And why is Vegas a better option? I feel like Vegas, you got a bunch of college kids. I mean, unless you're catching all the aunties coming out of the Usher concert. Now that could be a move, but I've been to Vegas. I went to Vegas. Yeah, I've been to Vegas twice. I've been to Vegas twice. Once for a conference, which was a whole bunch of women. It was an AKA conference. And then I went as a younger person, and we like snuck into an MGM pool party. But I'm not a man, so maybe I'm looking at different dynamics. But when I say like, if you find a woman cruising solo, she's paid for two, so she got her own. She's a planner. I think y'all are missing it. Like you can get to Vegas on a $25 Spirit ticket and a $35 hotel room. I'm just saying, maybe you're swimming in the wrong pool, but that ain't my business. Evolving Etta says hi to everybody. Everybody saying hi to Parker's on the go. Venus is saying they need to keep it that way. It's like they heard the blacks were coming for Uber Soca, and NCL said, give them the worst. And you know what? I'm curious. I know that cruise line, especially watching Uber Soca, they were kind of like when I was watching, when they were singing over the announcements, I was like, oh yeah, we are giving them a time. We are giving them a full time and a full show. So, I mean, but I also know like it's expensive to charter a cruise. Like for my understanding, like even Tom Joyner's cruise is not on the most up-to-date ship. It's all about the entertainment. I think Parker's and Go are saying hi to Etta. So yeah, like I don't think like it will be gobs of money to like, you know, let's charter the Wonder of the Seas. Now I know if you got the coin, it's doable, but it seems like for the most part the charters are going to be on an older ship. I mean, have you all know of a charter on a newer ship that's reasonably priced? But that Epic is very weird. It looks weird from the back with that straight back, and then those rooms. I don't know what they're building around. I would love to just see the inside. Like, what does the rest of the interior look like? But to my understanding, that ship might be going to Alaska, if I'm correct. Team Reese says, I cannot get over that toilet situation in the room on the Soca ship. Like, how? Yeah. And then like this one closet for the toilet and one closet for the shower, and then the sink is just all the way outside. But it's weird. I think they'll just have to throw the whole ship away, because I don't know how do you fix that with all those fixtures in the plumbing situation. So yeah, they're just gonna have a crappy ship. Oh, thank you, Amelia. Trying out. This is my Sisterhood at Sea look, even though I've talked so fast that my leave out is starting to fluff up. But yeah, it's time to get back to I like the convenience of braids, but I got tired of seeing. You ever get tired of seeing yourself in the same style? So yeah, I had to switch it up, and I'm back to the hair, but now I'm kind of like Sisterhood at Sea. They're talking about jumping in the pool, and they're talking about there's a slide on this boat that we're gonna be on, and I'm gonna be sitting there worried about my leave out. So Lashana says, I'm from St. Thomas, and I know I cannot handle Uber Soco cruise. Oh, we'll talk about that. Yeah, because I had opportunity to do Carnival. I was in St. John for Carnival season. However, my homegirl was like, she's from Tortola. When she was telling me about Juve, it's pronounced Juve, it's spelled Juvert, but it's all that French stuff. So yeah, she was just like, oh yeah, I'm not going down there. And I was like, but I want to see it. She was like, girl, you crazy. Like, she's one that like, she ain't messed up her hair or nothing, but she was like, no, they throwing stuff on you, you got to throw all your clothes away. So yeah, I did not get to take advantage of St. John's Carnival. It's a little smaller though, it's not super lit, but they did have like the whole Juve at 5:00 in the morning, that kind of thing. But I got the more authentic experience of just staying at her auntie's house. I learned what a cistern is, so shout out to you Caribbean folks who know what that is. Folks are speaking, and Team Reese says, hey y'all, I'm just watching the replay on PBE Points Blank. Oh yeah, thank you for that. Team Reese, I'm sorry, Angel, Jeffrey's Angel was mentioned at Points Blank. I'm sorry, Team Reese and Sid Cruiser and Parker's on the Go were on Point Blank's travel they were doing a live earlier, doing an interview about 7:00. So that is something for you to be team replay, and make sure you, when you watch it, comment team replay so folks know that you were there, you listened in, so you can get that information and help out their channel with the viewership. LaShonda says, I was on the Epic the week before Uber Soka. It was the weirdest layout I've ever seen. I now want to get on this weird ship. I want to see I know Rich and Jazz showed us the inside of the room, but I'm curious, is the rest of the layout is equally weird? Yolanda said, it's a no for me. Edda, people are speaking. Dang, y'all really, what makes and breaks a cruise room for you? That was really a deal breaker, huh? Because I'm kind of give me the bed, give me a bed, give me somewhere to put my stuff, sit on. I don't know what would break a room. If the room is hot, that breaks it for me. If a room has a lot of noise, the Margaritaville at Sea room would have drove me nuts if I was there longer than the 2 days I was on, because there was noise from the I-95 where they move all the materials. That door was right across from my room or my cabin. And then outside of the one window, sorry, it's a fly trying to attack me. Outside of one window, it was an ambient, grinding, noise all night. So that was a deal breaker for me. And then something that you all didn't catch because it happened off camera. I went to if you watch the room tour, I show you the thermostat. Well, I went to go adjust it, and apparently somebody had just stuck it back in the notch. It wasn't attached to the turner. So it didn't thank God it did not get hot in that room, but technically my thermostat knob was not attached to the actual, I would have had to get a little wrench to squeeze it and turn it to adjust the temperature. So that was something I didn't catch on the vlog. It kind of just naturally happened. And I was like, ooh. But yeah, that would have broke my room. Temperature issues, noise issues, that breaks the cabin for me. I don't know what type of structures in a cabin would be yeah, I can't do this. If it impacts my sleep, we can fight. We can fight all day. Carla G says, what about we need to do better? I'm not sure. Carla, were you talking about the people arguing? But yeah, we can, let's collaborate. Again, when you want to fight your cousins, think about Alabama, friends. Words to live by. My cruising family, people are saying hello. My cruising family says, my first solo cruise was on the NCL Escape. It's a breakaway class. Definitely think you like that class. Cool. Awesome. We'll add that to the arsenal. I don't know if I might be able to sneak it in. When I say y'all, I am booked on, my trips are booked through July 2024. So I only have room towards the end of the year. And that's probably when I want to sneak in all my big class ships. So I'm not sure. Maybe that might be a 2025 goal unless I get a really good deal and some time off. But yeah, sis is booked. So hey, y'all, if y'all got a group cruise or something special that y'all know I don't like missing out on things. Okay. So if y'all got something that you want me to participate in, or that your group got a cruise or something, okay, I am booked for 2024. I need to know 2025. All right. Because I don't want to miss a thing, but my pockets don't. I'm a single lady. My pockets don't go far. NCL getaway or breakaway will be sailing from NYC in the winter. Good to know, because I can get right on that train, especially when I went to Venezia. That Amtrak ticket was $62. That was it. Venus says, I skipped the whole group cruise because it's going on NCL. Dang. NCL is not getting any love. I've only had one seat in Norwegian cruise. So, and I will say it was on the Prima. At that time, it was the most I ever paid. It was 5 days. It was a balcony because that was all I think that was left. So that was probably the most at that time I had paid for a cruise for 5 days. I can't remember how much it was. It might have been $1,500 for 5 days. Maybe. I can't remember. But at that time, that was the most pricey I've ever had paid for a cruise. Was it? I can't remember. I don't know. Regina was there with me. Or Regina, we were on the same cruise. But I think that was the prices I had ever paid for a cruise at that point, for that amount of time. So I guess I didn't realize the nickel and diming, but I will pay attention Jeffrey's Angel says, I feel like Vegas is more expensive than a cruise. Plus, it's overrated to me. We here, Angel. Vegas ain't stunting on nothing for me. It's a flight across country from where I am. And I mean, look, in Roma, we're not trying to put down your idea. All thoughts are welcome. But Vegas does not do it for me. Now, I will say, like, every now and then, I have a homegirl who loves Vegas. She can go to Vegas at the drop of a dime. But for me, it's like I got to fly across country. I hate flying over the Rockies because you get more turbulence. What else? You get there, the timing. I mean, I think I've not had a like amazing time in Vegas where I was like, I can do this again and again. I will say every now and then I'm like, oh, it would be kind of cool to go to Vegas. But I don't know. But I'm also trying to think now. New Orleans is a place I can go over and over and over again. If y'all be like, let's go to New Orleans, I'm like, let's go tomorrow. I'm plotting on like maybe if I can see Beyonce for that one concert in New Orleans, so I can scream and pass out. But yeah, it doesn't do it for me. But New Orleans is a place I can go over and over again. Fats and Tree is saying, hey cousins. Game Changer says, I'm on a senior fixed income. I make cruising work. Adopted auntie GoFundMe. Yes. We gotta, it's starting to add up, especially like when we caught the cruising bug and during the pandemic and, you know, all the prices just, it wasn't me or just those prices just came out of nowhere. Like we went from like $50 cruises to like $5,000 cruises in months. And if it wasn't $5,000 cruises, it was like $1,000 flights to go to Miami. So, yeah, pace yourselves with these cruises, y'all. Team Reese says, yep, just throw away the whole ship. Or Venus saying throw away the whole ship. G says, yes, too expensive for what they're offering. Their Africa itineraries do interest me, however. Oh, okay. Good to know. I didn't know NCL did Africa. I just knew when I was in Cape Town, I was priced in MSC. And that was actually cheap. It was a cruise from Cape Town to Namibia for like $400 because they do the conversion. So the rand to the US dollar, and then it wasn't expensive. And it's like a 3-4 day cruise to Namibia. So then you get two countries. If you're in South Africa, you would get Namibia. And but that was on MSC, and it was also probably a smaller MSC ship. So maybe Norwegian might be better. I don't know. Team said, thank you. Juve is in Brooklyn. Juve in Brooklyn is this Sunday night. God bless. Oh, so when Rich and Jazz were talking about y'all know this stuff. I didn't know like Brooklyn y'all are real in the trenches of celebrating. I just thought y'all did like a cute parade, but they doing Juve. Woo! And I'll also say, having played, it's interesting to see, because I would say like Caravana, like the respect for the culture. So Caravana, it just felt like I did it once. I don't think I need to do it again. I would do like Carnival, like a true carnival in a Caribbean country. But Caravana, some people were giving vibes of like they never saw like women in feathers and bathing suits. Like they were giving creep vibes versus like this is the culture. And so I think sometimes that gets lost when we have like the US incarnation of hopefully I make up a word of these festivals. But I think I'm sure Brooklyn, like y'all got like New York because of the diaspora through New York. Like I'm sure y'all got it down pat. But Caravana kind of just felt like just creepy guys. I don't want to blame guys, but it was more like people didn't get the true spirit of playing mas, and they just wanted some, butts on them, and to see the goodies. Whereas it's truly in the Korean culture where everybody's engaged, and it's not like you're just staring and being creep on the side. Okay. J9 says, good evening. Glad I caught you live. Welcome in. Team Reese says, you want to get on the Epic to see for yourself? No, I'm good. I watched the vlogs. Hey, y'all know I like to get on stuff to see for myself. That's how we got to Margaritaville. So don't tip me with a good time. I will check it out and put out a vlog in a heartbeat. Venus, I used to live 6 blocks from the Parkway, so those days, no big deal. But nowadays, it's a no for me. Sounds like it gets intense. Team Reese says temperature issues are a deal breaker for me too. I would move to a whole new room if the AC is not functioning. Listen, I felt Sis's whole spirit. That lady who was yelling on, she was so hot she ain't wear her wig. Like, I don't know if y'all peeped that. Those are that under the wig braids, and she was out in the middle of the lobby yelling at them people because she was upset about that heat on the sunrise. However, I would not advise you to get out of line. You make that complaint on the ship. But yeah, I can't do temperature issues and noise are my breakers for cruise cabins. Venus sounds fun and dangerous at the same time, baby. Juve in Brooklyn. So we're gonna send up a prayer for the citizens, residents of Brooklyn, that they can do Juve in a safe and fun manner this weekend. My cruising family, I gotta ask, I know you have sailed the breakaway or getaway at some point. Did you like those? Interesting question. Regina is saying she agrees. Venus says, no, I've only done the Prima, which Venus loves the Prima. So you love the Prima, Venus. My parents have done both of those. They used to enjoy Norwegian until after COVID when they stopped giving my mom free cruise offers. All. My cruising family says, you think she'll like the breakaway class? I do want to get on a breakaway or getaway. Like when I went through, where was I? Prima. One of the ladies who was working the terminal in New York, she was saying, she was like, it's something about I think the getaway or breakaway. I mean, Prima was there, but she was like, the ship that's usually here, I think it might have been the breakaway or getaway. And she was like, that ship just calls me. It's something about it. So it seems like even the staff like that class of ships. My cruising family says NCL Africa itineraries are longer. That's what gives MSC the edge for me. Gotcha. Yeah, sounds like you got to have that PTO. NYC is a Caribbean country. Listen, I'm not from there. I don't talk about other people's cities. So Venus said it. Juve is Sunday into Monday when the parade is Monday. Oh, so it's over Labor Day. Because I want to say, don't people got to go to work? Okay, so they're doing it on the Labor Day holiday. Ooh, okay. I wonder if there's some vlogs about that. I would love to see what this Parkway action looks like. And shout out to NYC for keeping that festival going. Because I know DC, all the Black festivals have been stripped from the city. Like we had, when I first moved back, and I moved back in 2008 after grad school, and we had our own version of like a Caribbean carnival. But again, cities where people don't understand Caribbean culture, the last one that they had, people were like, oh, this is a bad example. Like there was fights with folding chairs, and it wasn't like the one we just witnessed. It was like it was bad. So DC has gotten away from, which we need to bring them back, because that shouldn't be the reason. But again, like we need to, the important part is we need to teach people of why we're having these festivals and what is the lesson behind it, and what are the traditions, and hopefully people respect, those kind of things, versus like, again, they see women who are, got the feathers on, that kind of thing, and they losing their mind, or these are festivals, like y'all don't come fighting each other, or this is not the place that y'all are, settling crew beef. Like this is so we, yeah, it's tricky sometimes having those events when people don't know the meaning behind them. Venus says 1 million people plop down in Brooklyn every Labor Day. Sheesh. Saving for Disney Treasure cruise next year. Oh, awesome. I want to get on Disney Treasure. So, okay. So I'm giving y'all all my things. And I'm wrapping up soon. So I told y'all next year, because I have to organize myself. So my cruising goal for next year, 2024, is going to be to get on the Royal Big Ships. I think 2025, I want to do all the Disney ships. So that's going to be how I organize myself. I don't know. And then with a few land-based vacations sprinkled in there. But stay tuned. That's just kind of my current thinking. I don't know if that's actually going to happen. Carla's saying they do. Yes, looking forward to the treasure updates coming on. And, is it this Wednesday? You know what? Thank y'all. Because last Wednesday I had looked and I was like, did I miss the link or something? I was looking last Wednesday. So it's this Wednesday. Yes. Disney Treasure, all you cruise heads, I get they'll be dropping that information about the new features on Disney's upcoming ship. And I think it's also coming with a new private island, if I can remember correctly. So all of y'all who want the first look at what's going on with the Disney new ship this Wednesday, it's around noon, right, y'all? My cruising family says the parade is still here, but it's way shorter and less vibes than it used to be. See, oh, that's so sad. Sad because we have to protect this stuff. We got to protect this stuff. We have to keep traditions going. The police and local government have cut it down a lot. Yeah. DC's Caribbean Carnival. DC used to have, where's Fast and True? Are they still here? They probably gone because it was almost, it's 11. Okay. DC used to have Unifest. My mom used to work at Unifest as a funnel cake vendor. My mom had a funnel cake company for a long time. That was shut down. My mom actually had a little PTSD after that when this lady was high on PCP, came driving through the crowd in her car, and you could see people like underneath the car. So after that incident at Unifest, so it used to always be like 1 or 2 fights, maybe a shooting or somebody with a gun. People start running at Unifest, and that happened. That's how it closed out every year. And then I was the last Unifest, I believe, was the lady was high and she drove through the crowd and her kids were in the car. It was crazy. And so that was the last one. We used to have the Stone Soul Picnic at RFK. That's no longer here. I think they lost investors because that was actually a calm event, but I don't know, that stopped. We used to have a Caribbean Carnival. I think that was the last one that I can remember. And that they had a big fight at the last one, and DC was like, nope. So bring back traditions, and y'all preserve traditions so that folks can have things for us. Venus NYC, their shootouts for the parade marches on. All right. I think it's been around for 50 years in Brooklyn. It used to be fun, but now I'm not into running. Baby, listen, because I don't do that whole, I feel you. Venus is, well, dang, Venus, I didn't tell them why. And now we know. Like, yeah, I mean, and it's unfortunate. Like, it's unfortunate that happens. Now, I will say, in the South, I haven't witnessed, what is it, MLK, there's big Martin Luther King parades in the South, and I have not, but also I was in like Valdosta, Georgia, so no issues, very safe event. But yeah, something about those carnivals, festivals, baby, people somehow end up angry, like it at the New York cruise port. Public information, true. Venus says tourists need to not come and think it's going to be sweet. It don't sound like it at all. I was thinking about coming for Spike Lee's event. He had a Prince versus not Prince versus, he had a Prince and Michael Jackson party on the 26th. I was thinking about coming up for that, but I had to be an adult. Sounds like DC ain't got nothing left but brunch, and barely. The way that they try to slap rules on brunch with you only get 2 hours and you got to get out, and they putting these service fees on, child. You don't even want to go to brunch. My friend was in town for Beyonce, and just the price again. I was like, I hung out with him that week, and I was just like, I am poor for the rest of this month. So yeah, between the costs and all these rules they've added, it's overrated. So Cruising Family is saying good night. Yeah, we need to wrap up, y'all. I appreciate y'all for hanging in there for 2.5 hours chatting with me. I appreciate y'all. Like, I was like, this is a long day. This is my first day with another, I have my full-time job, but my new gig. But I didn't want to miss the meetup, especially announcing this wonderful Sisterhood at Sea. Safe travels to all the ladies who are coming down for Sisterhood at Sea. Send us good vibes for y'all who are still on land. This is See It With C. Thanks for traveling with me. This is the Monday meetup where we don't talk about this, where I don't go live every day or live every Monday, but I do go live when it's time to travel. And make sure y'all follow along with, I'm so tired that my mouth no longer works. Follow me on Instagram so that you can see the live updates from Sisterhood at Sea. And of course, there'll be a vlog. The next Monday meetup, I believe, won't be until the end of October, but I might sneak something in the middle of October. We shall see. But until then, I will see you in these cruise streets. Margaritaville at Sea vlogs coming. And yeah, y'all take care. Bye.